Well, good morning, good evening, whatever it is. Hello and welcome back to Humankind. These are the players who will be in my game today, except for the fact that I've just remembered that I'm missing one very important player who has a nuclear ability because, as you can probably tell by today's title of this video, we are going for the nuclear achievements in Humankind, okay? There are 3 of them. I'm going to play on normal pace Empire difficulty in a normal world against these 6 opponents. Let's jump straight in and roll the dice. Reason why we're playing a nuclear challenge and why I've tried to include some opponents who are either new. Thank you for sending me your personas on Twitter if you did that recently. I did pick up 1 or 2 new people this morning. But also some opponents who have the nuclear ability or the science ability, because this challenge is about the M.A.D. achievements. For those unfamiliar, M.A.D. is mutually assured destruction achievements revolving around those wonderful nuclear weapons, and there are 3 in Humankind. And they all revolve around possessing nukes, not using them, but just building them and having them in your arsenal, okay? The first is at 5, the second is at 10, and then if we can get there, the maximum M.A.D. challenge is to hold 20 nuclear weapons, okay? So, it's going to be a tricky one. I imagine we're going to be prioritizing science, industry, and money as our sort of 3 go-to yields. Let's have a look and see where I am. I'm near the bottom of the map, spawning on a river. So let's move almost perfectly onto the sanctuary and end our turn by picking up an extra dude on turn 1. And of course, a very warm welcome to everybody who is joining me live today. Hey, Huck, how you doing, friend? Jacob, Tinker, Morgan as well, flanking the rear. Philip, too. I see you, Pilot. I see you. I see you, Miro. I see you, Pete. I see you, Lit Lucky. Ben as well. Welcome along. Righty ho. Turn number 2, and we're starting okay with an extra population. What I am, of course, going to do is separate these bad boys out to send them... Oh, feels bad. Oh, feels good. Okay. Every cloud doth have ein silver lining. There's a discovery for us. It'll use up all of my movement points on both of those units, which is fine. We have a curiosity down there that we're probably going to want to get. And otherwise we're away laughing at... Oh my god, we are away laughing! Ben Ombi! Kia ora, friend! Ben with a whomper of a pink $50 super chat. Has the alert even came up, or have I bet it to it? Maybe I bet it to it, I'm not sure. No, I can see chat reacting. We must be on the same page. Ben, thank you so much for a $50 super chat. Why did I not see that alert? Let me replay it. Ben says, let's make this spicy. After 50, I will donate another $1 for every nuke stored and fired. Oh my goodness, Ben. Firstly, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. And secondly, I best get creating some nukes. It did pop? I must have just missed it. Well, you got it twice, Ben. Brilliant. Hey, and welcome along as well, Mark, Scott. Kia ora, Scott. Good to see you. Philip, Marius as well. So today there was literally a standoff at tanks in Berlin 60 years ago. Oh, go you. Dang, Ben. Thank you so much. This challenge was actually inspired by a comment that Ben had left on either a community post or a video. I'm unsure, only because you have so many good comments left that sometimes it's difficult for me to keep track. And what a challenge it was. What a cliff that was. Oh, man. Feels bad. Oh, that is such a long-winded way to go around. We might just send the unit off to its right and send this one up that way instead. Yikes. Okay, looks like we better get building some dang nukes. Okay, well, yeah, like I say, that unit got absolutely trolled, so let's just send them back that way. You can go there, get these berries, thank you kindly.
Wonderful stuff.
And we'll continue along this way. That dry grass tile piques my interest because of its 3 yields, and 3 yields only. We'll grab that new refugee party that actually spawned and destroyed that discovery? No, I think we got it, actually. I think we got it. It's hard to tell. Okay, we'll send that unit there, and then we may as well send this one not on the river. We'll go and just plot out, just in case there are a couple of little tiles back there. And mammoths haven't been buffed yet because the October patch update for this game was delayed, if you didn't see my most recent video. So mammoths are still as weak as they've ever been, which means we could defeat it with 1, but ideally we'll hold off and wait till 2, right? Any VOD watchers joining us today? A great question, Huck. The cheeky VODers coming out. Notice me, senpai. I see you, Winter. Afternoon, Jacob. A very warm good afternoon to you, friend. My goodness, it is a very muggy morning for me this morning. Whew. Let's get these nuts. They were indeed nuts. Now I'm left with a debacle. I've got 3 movement points. Do I want to go out to the ocean or inland? You know what? I reckon we can sort of come back for that one. That way. So let's send this unit that way. Hey presto. Some wild berries. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Should we put down an outpost, do you reckon? We love the VOD much as we love the live viewers. Game I got used to, I got to 8 pop 38 science before I even found one deer to fight. Do you know what kind of buff the mammoths will get? No, I don't, but I suspect it will be a combat strength one. Most likely. Most likely a combat strength one. Not sure if they would buff a whole lot else. This looks like a pretty juicy spot to put down a first outpost. Of course, we don't know which culture we'll be playing, so it does limit us a little bit, but a 15-5 is pretty decent, and we can actually do that this turn. So we might as well just smash one down along this river. Fairly well-defended area too. In fact, I like this a lot. We've got horses and some saffron. Yeah, things are looking good down there. That's great. These units will likely want to establish one up here as well. Let's maybe grab both of them and just march them onto that river. Hey presto, that looks fantastic. Can you make it? You can make it there this turn. Brilliant. Then you can go and do the thing that the secret mission that we're sending you on. Good luck, brave boy. Oh, look, there's a discovery here on the way through too. Brilliant.
I know you're hoping this is the beginning.
Right, so you plot that out. You can hoon back down here and grab that one. There's our growth star. I think we'll stick around for the next one. Would love to buy Humankind, but I also want to for getting me into it. I wish there was a way to do both. Scott, the setup. Well, Scott, as luck would have it, there's actually a link in the description always where you can buy Humankind, and I receive a small kickback as being part of the creator program, Scott. So if you or any of your friends, Scott, are thinking about picking up Humankind, Scott, they're most welcome, Scott, to use the link in the description, Scott. Scott, you are shameless and I love it. Okay, shall we think about who we want to pick for this run? The Mycenaeans and the Harappans have been taken. I'm saying Harappans rather than Harappans now. Look at me go. Joe is, of course, always tempting. The Olmecs are, of course, never tempting. I kind of like the Nubians because they give us a bit of gold, but really not that great. Hittites, not interested. Do we just jump into the Egyptians really fast to ensure that we have a good start? Do I maybe even forego the knowledge star discoveries to just ensure that we get a good start? And you're smashing the like button while you're at it, Scott. Yes, it is the Xsolar link. Welcome along, Maximus. Good call, good spotting. You should start industrial and then science, or the other way around. Egyptians, yeah. Yeah. No, actually, it's not single culture only, Tinker. I'm not enforcing that rule this time. I decided to just change it a little bit from what we discussed at the end of last stream. Because I wanted to shoot for these challenges instead. These challenges are my primary goal. So I'm going to allow myself to swap through cultures if it's appropriate. We will save the single culture challenge, I think, for Humankind difficulty, to be honest. And not for this mad achievement run. I'm really tempted to just grab them now. But then I really do love to get that knowledge star. Jump into Egypt now. I'm hearing calls, but democracy! I'm hearing calls to just jump into Egypt now. A lot of calls. Is it only live on YouTube? Yeah, baby, YouTube exclusive all day. Yes. Streaming in two places at once is not really something you can do when you're part of multiple partnership programs. They don't like that. So I'll just stick to the one for now. I'm just thinking, do I jump through or not? It looks like people are generally... Waddle and Daub. What about the Olmecs, though? Egypt is probably worth it. It's a tricky call. Let's just hold fast on turn 8. Not that I'm going to save Scum, but just, you know, interested to see what will happen and when it will happen. There's a knowledge start, and actually there's my... So that was absolutely worth waiting around a turn. Let's go Waddle and Daub for the +1 industry. I think we're absolutely going to need that this time. I don't think we wait around for the whole extra city becomes outpost becomes hoobly doobly doobly thing. So let's go for the extra food. And now I feel much more confident. And look at that. Look at that. How about it? Absolutely, we choose now. And we're going to jump into the Egyptians because we need the +1 industry on tiles, producing industry, the cheaper districts, and the absolutely fantastic Egyptian pyramid. This will put us on good fitting for this challenge. The challenge being, to remind you for those just joining us, and for those who haven't read my absolutely glorious description, we are trying to build as many nukes as possible. And if I can get over 50, I can earn $1 for each extra one. That feels very challenging. But my goodness, I'll give it my best shot. Okay, turn 10, we're rolling through. This is a quick Neolithic era for me. If he goes to the Olmecs, I might as well resign straight away. That is it. That is it.
Humankind learns quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish.
Grow lentils or catch fish. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's skip through the cutscenes. Nukes everywhere, pyramid time. You bet your backside it's pyramid time. Okay. Right. I guess we just smash this into a city immediately on this turn. Do not pass go, do not collect $200.
The luxuries.
Insta pyramid or pottery workshop? I might go pottery workshop first this time. Just because it's only taking 2 turns because Memphis has a huge industrial base. Look at that, 25 industry already. I mean, you wouldn't read about it. And it looks like there are some wonderful river deltas up this way. In fact, actually, this is a reasonable border territory. If I can send these units snaking along this river and try and establish a settlement somewhere here, and then try and get another one somewhere here-ish. Might actually fight this mammoth too while I'm here. Call me classy, but that looks like a good move. Where did it go? And why is it not fighting me from this river? Oh, here it comes. Okay, well it's got the low ground, so that's probably all that matters. In fact, that's exactly all that matters! Eat it. Yeah, and so anyway, then we get another one here. This is actually mega fruitful. Look at this! Rivers aren't even on high. Rivers are on average or low, or whatever the normal setting is. That is absurd. Wow. That is absurd. Okay. I think I will go with calendar first. Caught the mad challenge early. Good to see you, Marco. Hey, Carls. Good to see you too. Can you start your nukes out on the pyramids? Not mad at a self pyramid. Not mad at it at all. Not sure what kind of influence generation are we getting per turn. Still only +3, but once we get those pyramids down, the pottery workshop will be finished in a turn, then we'll be away laughing. I don't quite have as much gold as I would normally like either, but that's okay. We might just have to send these units off to do some exploring, to be perfectly honest. We'll send the healthy ones, because they can sort of hoon down the river. We'll keep these ones just floating about nearby. Send them off their merry way. Maybe next turn or the turn after. Likewise, we might get you to go for a wee jog that way too. See if we can actually plot out some of this land, which is looking... if this was filled in, almost like Africa. Almost. But not quite. Oh. 50 likes. Go us! Brilliant. Grab the other horses. Yeah, once we have the horse infrastructure, that'll be a huge priority. I'm a couple of turns away from building that infrastructure at the moment, so I don't mind so much about waiting. But your point is absolutely well taken. I really wanted to be on the other side of that river, but that's okay. Maybe we move this way and there's a way through. I hope so. And you know what? I feel like this brave boy can take on this brave boy. Let's do it. It's got the low ground after all. Yeah, see, in the new patch, I imagine that a 1v1, even with the high ground, would be challenging. Because it should be. That was a giant woolly mammoth, and I was but this man. I was but this man. Memphis is building its pyramid now. Fantastic. You are still a long way away from getting enough influence to do anything further. Oh my goodness. Please. Please. Woolies. Don't you love it when you find a Luke Nang laying around in the forest? I do. Hey, Captain Blake, good to see you, friend. Let's keep running this way. Sure. You've got a little bit more movement too to eep out. Wonderful. So we have saffron and coffee, two more foodie ones. I really wanted, you know, dyes or marbles. Okay, another tribe has chosen the Olmecs, so feels absolutely dreadful for them. Feels so dreadful. And you can head into the great unknown. Sadly, that was a separate river, so that cost me all my movement points. Feels bad, man. And you're running through forest, which is not advisable, but actually fine. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, we could go for... What do we got? What do we have? We have one territory with saffron, we have a second territory with copper, and then a third with... We actually still don't quite know because of the very strange shape of this territory. Let's jump through onto that river. Try and plot out this area to the north, because there must be at least one other resource, I'm figuring. I'm hoping. Jump up onto that river, which is actually a sanctuary. Hey presto, there's a little bit of money. No, this territory actually is just a big, long, snaking mess with no luxuries in it. Cool, 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 cool. Olmec gang. Might want to reload. The Olmecs will come knocking every time. If the... You know what? I reckon I'll be okay. I reckon I'll be okay. I am genuinely worried about the Mycenaeans though. If they're starting on my island again, I will flee in fear. Absolutely flee in fear. I mean, I guess saffron, not bad. However, if we grab this one, all of a sudden we are neighboring about 1 million different territories. And it's quite a fruitful one as well. Like, its base yields are likely to be quite good. So let me position myself somewhere reasonable. And in literally next turn, we'll be able to smash this down. So I will just skip turn. Ransack, absolute success. Let's run around that way and grab that discovery. And Memphis should probably be building some wonderful industrial districts. 1, 2. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Get to work on those. I might bring this unit back here. It's quite weak, so we'll either try and heal it up in our newly established land, or we'll just actually yeet it into the stratosphere and turn it into a population. We'll retire it, is essentially what I'm trying to say. If this weren't a nuke game, plan for a decent Joe start. Yeah, absolutely. No bad territories, though? Yeah, actually, you know what? You're right. I should be grateful. There are no bad territories in sight. And look at this. Plus 17, plus 11. That is a juicy start. I granted it's boosted a little bit by the fact that we're the Egyptians, but still a very juicy start. Waddle and Daub, of course, will be helpful too. You are fighting a bear. I think we can insta-resolve that with reasonable success, and then probably sweep up these mammoths too. Mammoth. Either way, let's head north. Maybe oh my goodness, we have the island to ourselves, unless there is a land bridge down here, which makes this territory probably my next priority. So I might send that unit down that way and send that unit up there to grab that. Here's my 2 gemstones. Not terrible, but not the best. We did not get a single industrial reward, a single industrial luxury, which is fine. Well, I mean, it's not the best. How many coppers do we have, at least? Just 1, 2 copper, okay. So we've got 2 copper and no industrial luxuries. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's get domestication, get those horses online. And... memory? Yes, memory! 2 copper and 3 horses. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, Philip. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's consider... speeding that up a turn. Feels like a no-brainer. Saffron will give us plus 5% food. Sure. I'll allow it. Do I want to just buy it outright? Actually, yeah, I might as well. And then let's get another couple of industrial districts around the pyramid. Really crank up the industry here. And just make sure that we are actually protected on all sides. Oh my goodness, we are. Wow. It's not a terribly sized island either. I mean, yeah, we could get a bigger one, but it's not terrible. If I attach this, it will hurt my stability a little bit, but it will hook up a bit of extra food here, so let's hoover that up. Brilliant. Will, of course, also allow me to get an extra pyramid, and if we plan ahead a little bit, I reckon the best pyramid delta is probably going to be shared between these 2 territories. So I'm going to smash a pyramid down there, and we'll try and get some sort of adjacencies, some early adjacencies going out of it. Which means that we should send units this way. There's also horses here, and another saffron, so it's kind of a win-win-win. Win-win-win-win-win-win. In a way. Methinks seeing no other civs on the island is best to save infrastructure for second city first. 100 watching. Let's go triple digit likes. Let's do it, Huck. Can we have a city named after Ben? I even added you this time. Absolutely, Scott. Absolutely. What should we call it? Because we definitely should name Memphis after Ben. Influence cost for the next one, 74. Okay. I see you. Probably gonna place it potentially her. It's gonna all have to be Memphis. It's not terrible. Not terrible. Where do we want second city to be? Maybe up north, get a bridge over there. Potentially up there, actually. Let's just think about that for a bit. Disband one of those units as a population. I think that's reasonable. And then keep a couple of extra ones on food. It's almost tempting to just put everyone on food because our industry is just so good. I think I might do that, actually. Connect some horses. Brilliant. Benfist. Everybody thought of it at the same time. And you know what? I'm a little disappointed that I didn't think of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a bit distracted this morning. I apologize. Apologize for being slightly distracted and also for the late start. I'm so sorry because I know how disappointing that can be, particularly for you European viewers who I know it's quite late for. And when I turned up at basically the last minute and said, sorry, there's going to be a 30-minute delay, I realized for some of you who may have been planning to watch this, that may have made it impossible. So I do apologize for that because I know how frustrating that can be to have stuff changed at the last minute, you know? It's not cool. So, my apologies for that. I wish I could Galaxy Brain! I wish I could Galaxy Brain! Ben Nukem, Duke Nukem. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh my, man, I have so much influence. We should be claiming more territories. Let's claim this one, I suppose. The best spot is technically there, but I would prefer, to be honest, to be up around this way. That 920... Whew, 727. We could get a pyramid... Wow. I'm just going to go for that 920. And then also probably work on a second city up this way. Maybe on these gemstones. We could have quite a profitable, industrious city up this way. And hoover up 2 gemstones, which would be a new resource for us and make our market quarters significantly better. Also just make us slightly more wealthy, which is a sub-goal of ours. A sub-goal. Amazing. Which is a secondary goal for us. And then that territory will likely want to connect to probably the 3rd horses. So let's yeet that unit up that way. Grab this one while we're here. Yep, brilliant. Do the thing. We could consider detaching from Benfis and then giving Benfis like one out this way maybe. Howdy P Draggy, good to see ya. Good to see ya. Get the civics first. Yes, yes, yes. How close are we to 8 population? That was in the back of my mind. Or wonders. I wonder. Either way, we've got stuff to burn. I did claim that, which was kind of frustrating, but that's okay because actually we do have influence to burn, so it's probably not the end of the world. There's a free unit for me. Nice. I suppose. And here are our civics. Let's go for +5 on the main. And create outpost costs.
It's our place.
Fantastic. Now, those are both sorted, so like you say, that'll make future settlement much more achievable for us. And we can continue to just sort of dot around, pick up some additional discoveries. I would like to establish this one fairly quick smart. 519, or shall I hoon around inside these mountains and go for the 524? In many ways, I actually value the open space a little more than I value the extra 5 industry. So I'm actually just going to build it here instead. Yeah. Which I know might seem a bit weird, but we're builders. We're likely going to have a lot of districts. The 5 industry, to be honest, is actually sort of neither here nor there. And I'm not in a hurry to have that outpost established, you know, immediately right this very second. So I can afford to hold off a little bit. Let's go... Let's actually just fan these boys out. It'll cost me a little bit of extra money, but I don't mind. Just to get ourselves into the right spots.
5 makers' quarters. It seems that someone took the phrase...
That's an odd one. Check the Northwest Territory right by the horses. A harbour allows you to walk over to the continent for free. Get out of town. Are we really 1 tile away? Never eat soggy wheat bix. Oh, potentially. Lucky I split off this dude to run up there and investigate that. Let's go do that as a priority, although there is a thing that I'll want to grab. We'll send these dudes as well. Okay, that is very cool. That is very cool indeed. Let's use our influence where we can to grab some resources. Sure, I'll allow it. Get those horses online anyway. You can pop back and grab that discovery. And oh, this is a really exciting start. Last game before patch. Yes. Yes. Very, very well potentially. Although potentially not. We don't actually have the official release date. They did hint at releasing a beta though, so I feel like there's maybe a reasonable chance that I can at least get on the beta, right? I would like the +1 combat strength and the liberty, but we might just hold off. I'm a little concerned about my stability too. So it might be worthwhile to go, say, animal barns before we get that Maker's Quarter. Maybe also go for the extra industry on city as well. Wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of a standing army. We do already have some units though, so I'm going to push my luck. Chat rolls eyes. Not again. Why does he always do this? Oh, I know. I think because we're on our own island, we should be able to get away with it this time. Perhaps a little bit more than I usually push my luck. Brilliant. There's some discoveries. You know what? Actually, you just go auto explore. You can just bounce around in the fog and grab us some discoveries. Let's go fishing because that harbor will be quite important. The Maximus Fabius patch. Yeah. Yeah. The beta patch. The beta patch. Beta. Beta. I never know which to say. I think I usually say beta. Which I believe is the British way? It's hard for New Zealanders and Australians, alright? We're not well established enough to have our own English, so we have to pinch and borrow from others. It's deep water. Ah, it is. Yeah, I didn't look at the water. Dang it. Aluminum. Don't you aluminum me. Can we get any civics changes out of this? No, so let's just pay for the protection. I always pay for protection. Except for when it comes to building a standing army, apparently. In which case I do not. Just get all the infrastructure, actually. You know what? Let's get all the freaking infrastructure. Do I want plus 5% money, plus 2 money? I mean, I do want the stability. So... sure. Grab the gemstones. It'll buff our market quarters in future. May as well also grab the sage while we're here for an additional 4 stability on all cities. How are you doing now, Benfist? 76%. Okay, that's workable. That's workable. Speaking of workable, I think it was... yeah, deep water. Ugly. Ugly. Really unfortunate, actually. It's aluminium, you savages. I agree with Scott! For the first time in my life. No, I'm just kidding, Scott. You're a very agreeable character. Alright. Let us... maybe then we prioritize luxuries instead for the stability. Which makes me think that... this territory with the saffron and coffee is likely to be our next best one instead. So let's ditch the embark strat and instead move towards this, which probably wants me to move toward the river. So we'll send 2 hunting parties to do that. And chuck you on auto explore. Absolutely fantastic. Getting a little bit antsy about where my second city's going to be. The game is hard when you can't steal a second city from the AI. How do I do this when I can't steal a second city? Oh, I wonder if they're going to be patching that. I reckon cities should start with 1 population at least. That would be a pretty reasonable update for them to put through sometime soon. Because it would just stop that cheese factor, you know. 53 influence. Okay, that's easy. Let's just station and hold. You can go autoing as well, actually. Maybe we chuck this person into Memphis. Hey, you saw a thing and you ran right past it. Good morning, Shorty! Still there is a position for 2 adjacent harbours, the next territory to the west, which will give the same thing as 1 double harbour. Next territory to the west, 2 adjacent harbours. Never eat soggy Weet-Bix. 2 adjacent... yeah, we're just thinking, like, before I can embark, I can't move through deep water, right? So I would need... I don't see a spot where it is doable unless I'm a moron. I don't see a way how we can build harbors without already being over on those islands, you know what I mean? Unless, actually, there is a little bit of fog down here that I haven't revealed. Hey! Benfus is bountiful! Go you, Benfus! Go you. Right, what do we got? 413, yeah, sort of garbage, sort of garbage, sort of garbage. What have you got up this way? It's hard to tell. 521. Sure, let's take that 521. I'll allow it. Doesn't do great for any sort of adjacencies here, but we do have this one which we could, it's a big could, but we could smash that onto Memphis now. I'm just thinking, we're already below 90, so actually I'm just going to immediately interrupt my, I'm about to justify building less stability. And instead, just smash out a holy site up here. 4 turns. Seems not terrible. Might just finish that lumberyard with a bit of gold first. And maybe if we reallocate some industrial production, can I speed that up to 3 turns? Yes. Great. Let's do that in 3. Although, actually, let us do something even cheekier, maybe, and attach that. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. You two may as well merge together. And actually, why don't you make your way back up there now? Because both sea tiles are in your territory. It is weird that creating a city doesn't have population, isn't it? After yesterday with that flipping pop. Oh, yeah, yesterday's flipping pop city. Yeah. Yeah, actually, if that isn't a great example of it, I don't know what is. I feel like Memphis can support more population, it just doesn't have it. So let's retire this person into Memphis as well. And yeah, maybe I do reluctantly save up for a second city. Ugh. Although, it's so tempting to just hoover up more of these resources. +1 food per farmer and +2 food on farmer's quarter. So saffron actually isn't really giving me anything. The coffee does give me an instant +1 food per farmer though. So that's a reasonable connect. 160 influence. That's quite the saving. And I really probably should prioritize it now instead of connecting up, you know, random odds and sods. In fact, I might prioritize it so highly that instead of attaching down here, I do just shuffle scouts into this city. So let me try and do that. Shuffling scouts into this city on rock and roll. Let's try. Build the outpost, then switch to civic attach. Yeah. We should swap 420 fame. Absolutely simply. Yes, we should swap to that civic when? Maybe now, potentially. We could get the wondrous effect on saffron. It's not fantastic, but we could get it, and it's not terrible. It would give us a lot of food for the rest of the game. Just thinking it would be nice to maybe place down all my outposts first, but perhaps that's the completionist in me being a little bit irrational. Either way, let's disband that scout into Memphis. Help Memphis get some additional people. I'll go on expert policy because really... and now that it's down to 1 turn, we can absolutely min-max these dudes around. It's going to take us at 1 turn anyway. There we go, we can get a cheeky little bit of extra science out. Great, there's our holy site down, so there's the basis of an early religion. Shall we swap over to the super attached one? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Do it! So it cost me 70. And that's going to cost me 80. I don't think it's worth for just 1. And how many more am I going to do before I'm going to want to claim more outposts? The answer is actually quite a few. I might just hold. I might just hold in place. for the time being. And just have a wee think about how we're going to approach that. I think you can probably be converted into a population as well. And speaking of put someone into science, it's Devilish! Hey, Devilish, good to see you! Devilish with a $1.99 super chat says, absolute mad lad! Kia ora, my friend. Kia ora, Devilish. Absolute mad lad. We're setting up for what is hopefully going to be an absolute whomper of a game. Look at these industrial districts as well. Plus 19 here in the capital. I mean, you can't argue with that. Memphis. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. The outpost in this one's probably going to be one of the worst ones we've got, but as I see that, I instantly see 2 discoveries that we will fan out and grab. Nice one. I know you're there. Thank you.
Let's go.
And thank you. Second city. Harbour. 55 influence. It's a lot of influence. And influence is something I'm super short on right now. Let's get perhaps bronze working for copper, which is obviously another fairly important resource for me. Do I want to improve more resources? It's only buffing farmers' quarters, and I don't need the stability, so I think the answer is sadly a no. And you, my friend, can come back and also be population in the main center. And Johnny, with 35 Zars, you can count him on 7 hands. Johnny says 2 times lakes to keep your nuclear subs safe, and they have no chance. Oh, what an awful throwback to a time I spent 10% of the game building a submarine only to discover it was in a 3-tile wide lake. Yep, I'm a moron. I'm a moron and I'll allow it. Pretty stupid, alright. Hey, look at us go. We are surging towards triple-digit likes as well. Thank you to the person who just dropped the 90-second one in. Yep, great call, Johnny. Absolutely great call. I hang my head in shame, but also I love that you brought that up. That is hilarious. I forgot about that. Should I build one here just for old time's sake? Oh no, look, here is actually a 3-tile lake. There we go. I lost to that damn lake. Yes. Yeah, the player who beat you built a submarine in that lake. What an absolute idiot. Okay, what I would like to do here is push us towards Liberty, because Liberty will give us extra influence. So I'm gonna go Defiant. Oh, I don't want Defiant though, particularly. I'm actually gonna go for Silence, and we might use our Civics instead, maybe, to move us towards +2 influence. So, oh crap, we actually can't even do it. Okay, we'll just hold. We'll just hold. We could move to +1 vision range. But ain't nobody got time for that. I'm wondering, actually, maybe customary laws would push us towards extra science, wouldn't it? Don't really need that either. Let's just hold and think about what our next decision will be. Yes, absolutely agree, Marco. A really nice quality of life improvement would be if we had that, that outpost planning overlay, regardless of whether we were ready to establish an outpost or not. It's important, right? It helps with positioning and so on and so forth. Let's disband you into Memphis as well. Memphis now up to 9 population and managing to sustain itself fairly well. I'm actually fairly happy with that distribution of people too. Let's consider some harbours, maybe. 13 food. Okay, what about farmers' quarters, which are receiving extra food at the minute? Yeah, that's a +14. We are actually reaching the upper limit of our food capacity. However, attaching this bad boy is quite juicy. Oh, we can get our second city, though. Let's do that as a priority, and I reckon it doesn't matter too much where we place it, so let's place it up here. Do I want to build my outpost, my harbour first? No. I think we'll just smash out the second city, grab the pottery workshop with gold, that'll get our influence generation online, and then a fairly lackluster pyramid here, but a pyramid nonetheless. I'm going to build it there to allow a bit of extra space around it for some maker's quarters like so. And actually, though, to be fair, the animal barns should probably come first, because this city does need a little bit of extra food. And that should be a reasonable spot for that harbour. Cool. Alright. Second city down. Let's get it a territory to attach to. And even though I said I was going to align these nicely for their pyramids and so on and so forth, it's actually more tempting to really just hook that up to Thebes, isn't it? But we'll think about whether we're going to do attaching or so on and so forth a little bit later down the line, a few more turns. More science instead of production, not a bad idea. Good morning, D-Boo! Second city for the influence, hands down. I just put outposts anywhere and move it when it's ready. Yeah, moving outposts, very cheap, actually, you're right. Very, very cheap. But of course, if we had that UI overlay, it would just make it that little bit easier to plan ahead. But actually, I tend to agree that oh my, one more like and we're at 3 digits. Live right now, I can see it. 99 likes. Who's gonna be number 100? Okay, we will probably, yeah, we'll probably establish that one regardless. I'm just thinking, are there any that I want to establish first, and how will I do it? Probably you. So we'll hoon you down that way. And is this a civic that I can get behind? +1 city cap, yes! This will push us through into Liberty, and we will want it eventually, so I'm willing to spend the 40 influence on that. That's great. In fact, we might actually even get it fairly quick smart. Like, this one here could be a 3rd city. If it had to be. If it had to be. If it had to be. 3 digits. There it goes. Boom! Do you think feasts are worth it? No, Seaton, they're not. They're not. Very rarely are they worth it. Basically, really, they'd only be worth it if you were super struggling for stability and you had nothing else to build and you had no room to build commons quarters. So there are definitely situations where they're useful. You can also use them to target the specific yield, right? So at the moment, actually, +5 food on this city is quite good when I've only got 9 surplus. But of course, stability isn't a huge issue for me, so why would I not build a farmer's quarter to give me 14, right? It's a stability thing. There are some use cases where the feast isn't terrible, but by and large, probably not worth your time, right? Probably not, anyway. I might get a couple of preemptive garrisons down because stability is going to become an issue. Potentially there could be a border or a harbour here in future, so this flat land that is somewhat hard to defend looks like it could be a reasonable location for 1 or 2 garrisons on that coastline. So I'll just queue those up, and Memphis can get to work on those. Meanwhile, Thebes could probably use some extra population, so we might send this dude into Thebes while we wait. In fact, that seems like a really good idea. So let's run you over and then just get it doing what it needs to do. Birdland 1115 with a $5 super chat says, question, unrelated to today's stream, do you think it's possible to win the game as a vassal? Do you mean technically possible or theoretically possible? Because they're 2 separate questions. I'm not sure if you can technically win a game while you are a vassal. It's not a situation I've ever encountered. Is it theoretically possible? Absolutely. The penalties for being a vassal are actually fairly low. They're not huge, is my understanding. I don't have the full number breakdown for them, but my understanding is they're not that big. And from the few times that I've played as a vassal, Birdland, I've found it to be really almost no disadvantage to me. Like, I don't notice the minus 20% gold or whatever it is that I'm contributing to my supreme overlord. So I actually think it would be entirely possible to do it, right? Like, it's not that hard to unbend to the knee, is essentially my point, I think. But I would be very interested to know what everyone else thinks. New challenge stream. Yeah, it's also an interesting challenge idea, isn't it? If it is technically possible, i.e. the game doesn't prevent you from winning as a vassal, then that could be potentially a rather interesting challenge. Potentially. Let's connect up our tiles that have strategics, like horses, actually, right? This is really the only reason why we want this. It's for its horses. Sorry, but it's true. Let's go with somewhere really high in industry so that the outpost gets established quite quickly. And then we'll supplement the food later. You're wanting to be established up there where it's high industry too. Hello, beautiful. There's a reasonable tile. I knew that would definitely be a first. Yeah. I mean, this one does have copper, so I guess I do want it to be established. And while we've got the cheap outpost establishment, whabamo, let's smash that down. And like I say, get some harbors attached to these, right? That'll give them the food that they want. Although first I will hook up the copper, because it's arguably slightly more useful. Run to the hills, and then run into that city. Which is very difficult to get to, as it were. Smash that deer for fun. Sorry, deer. My deepest apologies. Okay, would we like to investigate, which will change nothing on our civics, embrace, which will also change nothing, or dismiss, which will also change nothing? Forced labor, not mad at it. Stability but unexpected consequences, or unit. Let's just go for forced labor. Sorry, Thebes. We're putting you to work. Absolutely putting you to work. Oh, how brilliant. Oh, hey, Huck, you've been a member for 2 months. How good. I love those little member super chats. Huck says, oh, hey, this is a thing. Glad to have found you, and I'm grateful for the content you provide us. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us all. Thank you, Huck. I'm so glad that you get those little free shout-outs as a part of being a member, and I'm so grateful for the support that you give to me and to everyone else in the chat. Really appreciate all of the hard mahi. Thank you, Huck. Really, really appreciate it. A horse ranch? Don't mind if I do. And we'll get the harbour here too, because look at that abysmal food. 13 turns for an extra population. Whereas if we smash down a fairly generous plus 10 food harbour, now we're getting pop and 5. Much better way to balance out these outposts. One of my absolute easiest go-to tips as well, right? I mean, it's just so simple. And so effective, too. Right. Let's just quickly heal you up after your skirmish with the devil. With the devil? With the deer, I mean to say. Skirmish with the devil. Jeepers. We're a bit short on food, so let's get a wonderful harbour down over here. And... Ugh. We probably won't bother with that one. Let's get some foodie jobs instead, maybe up along this river delta. It's a shame we'll miss out on the adjacency bonus with that pyramid, but, you know, it is what it is. And we definitely need some food jobs, because we're currently absolutely full on them. Also not mad at filling up our scientist positions too. I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. Get a little bit of extra science going, because we are dragging the chain a little bit. And speaking of dragging the chain, let's also get this territory hooked up so that we have our island conquered for the most part. We haven't met anyone yet. Oh my goodness, we haven't. We're absolute isolation station. +4, +21 is nice. We'll also put it fairly close to Memphis. Yeah, actually. Let's do that. Let's tuck that away up in that corner. And you want to become Thebes. Oh, speaking of, we need a name for Thebes. Can I get some suggestions in the chat, please, for how we'd like to name Thebes? The glorious city that is. Purple up northeast. Oh my goodness, good spotting, Marco. Yikes. Get the discovery. Oh my goodness, there's 2. Nice. Absolutely worth doing. And it's technically time for us to choose our next culture, so I will be throwing a poll in the chat momentarily. Who do we think's going to be taken? I reckon it's going to be the Celts and probably... probably also... I mean, I guess maybe the industrial culture maybe will be taken as well, right? We'll see, we'll see. Really feel like I'm falling quite behind on my technologies. Let's get masonry so we can at least work with our population a little bit better. You're moving that way to establish that. Let's have a look-see and see who's taken. As expected, the Mayans. Unexpectedly, the Greeks are gone. What? Haven't you seen my Humankind Cultures tier list video right here on the JumboPixel YouTube channel? If you haven't already, like and subscribe, shameless plug. Wow, okay. That is not something that I would have thought. Actually, kind of a shame too, because we could have almost picked them. Also a shame that the Mayans are gone. Leaves me sort of twiddling my thumbs a little bit. We almost never get to play the Celts. The Celts could be a fun way to balance us out here. Could be a fun way. A bit of a worry, Humankind AI with an early science culture. I tend to agree it is a little bit concerning. The Huns are going to be useless for us. Likewise, the Goths, not particularly interested in them. I don't think we quite have the territory to validate the Mauryaans. Or really even the Persians feels difficult. Likewise, the Romans aren't of particular use to me. So actually our picks are somewhat limited. Somewhat limited. I think the Celts would be a super interesting one for us. And maybe the best pick. We could consider the Carthaginians as well, for their harbours. Which give us some industry. And then my final option actually would... the Axumites, money on territories, money. Potentially, but I think my next option could almost be to transcend, as strange as that is. I don't think the Goths give us anything that's really any use. Probably the Axumites. I would probably rather choose the Axumites than transcend, to be totally honest. But let's go transcend instead, because I think we're either going to stick with a builder or a foodie one. The foodie one, a great idea to get our pop-up. So, who picked this time? Democracy. Come on, Democracy. Let your vote be heard. We're going with either Carthage, Egypt, through the Transcend, or through the Celts, which I really thought the Celts would have been taken, actually. I'm surprised they're not, and it makes me think maybe we don't even hang around for the extra fame, but rather we just jump straight through. However, we're fairly far behind. How am I doing for my fame? Build a star, done and dusted. Agrarian stars, a little bit behind on. Scientist stars, a little bit behind on. We're a little bit behind on a lot of these, to be perfectly honest. In fact, the military stars are basically impossible thanks to our start, which means that actually getting across these borders, getting trade expeditions, could be super useful. Thebes, I think, wants to attach to someone rather urgently. What do your harbours look like? The answer is dreadful. What are you doing? 16. You're not bad. You are also not terrible. You got a nice harbour. Connect there, we end up with a northern city of those three. Or we grab that one and forget about this situation. Which is probably worth forgetting about, to be honest. Or we just go for a northern city. Adjacent territory, not terrible. What's it going to give? 16, 14. This one's going to give 9, 14. This one is arguably more useful, actually. Let's do it. Om nom nom. Hoover up another territory. Smash down another Egyptian pyramid. And Thebes is somewhat away laughing, but man, its stability is poor after attaching up there. That is dreadful. That is absolutely dreadful. We will think about a way to fix that. I'm thinking. Fission Town, super discreet. I love it. They'll never know what hit them. Fantastic. Holy Sight or Wonder. Yeah, it's gonna take a Holy Sight or Wonder. And we don't have either of them at the minute. You please get this last outpost down. There it is. We've conquered Pavo. Pavo is ours. Fantastic. We've got border friction up that way that I'm keen to move away from, but also pretty keen to get across and start plotting out these islands. So let's get a unit ready to jump across there. 8 turns. Yikes. Might need to build a unit up to the north actually instead. Masonry researched. There's a star unlocked. How many more stars am I hanging around for? Well, there's we're about to get an ace light one. We can probably get the agrarian one too. Thinking about sticking around for technologies. I can get irrigation in 2 turns. Yeah, maybe we stick around for our gold and science and then call it a day. Potentially. Maybe. Get these infrastructures online here in the cap. Because it's got basically all of the districts it could ever want. It is also below that crucial threshold, which makes me think maybe we just attach someone else up. Forgo stability. Grab the harbours and stuff in this territory, because we might hoover that up next. Celts are going to be taken. We've still got them. We've still got them. I am pushing my luck a little bit though, aren't I? Maybe we do just move through and grab them and forego the extra fame. I'm at a point now where I could forego it. Oh, it's only 1 extra tech though. Like, I'm probably not going to make it to any of those others. So it is literally just the scientist star that I'm thinking about. All of these technologies are going to take me 5 turns. I'm just checking their prices. They're all identical. Obviously, organized warfare is really nice, but I might just go with roads for the faster movement. And that'll take us to trade expeditions too, which is nice. Let's have a look and see if we can try and min-max a bit of extra science. No, I'm actually full. Full on science. Completely full on science there. Fission Town is not full on science, so we could chuck 3 people on it there. That's reduced our turns by 1. Maybe we can get a... I was going to say maybe we can get an event that would give us a bit more. I think it is worth waiting for that extra fame. I think it is worth waiting. Switch civics? Which one do you have in mind? Yeah, that one, P-Draggy. That is a good one. For the aesthete stars. Super good. Yeah, so I could cancel this for an additional +5. On cities. That would give me an extra... Not a lot, to be fair. But let's do it. Let's swap over to the city attacher. That'll give me a bonus 10% science. We're still only at 4 turns. Okay, this warrior is ready to jump across to those islands. Then we'll send this warrior up this way. Maybe we can find a bit of science in these discoveries. Come on, science! You can do it! I know you can! You can just station yourself there. Oh my god, he did. 2 turns. 2 turns and we're going for the Celts. 2 turns and we're going for the Celts. Please don't steal the Celts! That stability drop though. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. But never fear! For religion is here! Who do we want and where do we want it? +5 science on strategic resource deposits feels like something I am crying out for right now. I think I'm going to grab it, even though the industry or potentially the food is better. I also note that these military ones, particularly Smite Unbelievers, pretty good. I know it's pretty good. But I'm going to go with the +5 science on strategic resource deposit. Science is pretty important for us this playthrough. And I'm even going to remember to change the look. We're going to go with Hinduism. Absolutely brilliant. Let's get +5 science on our strategic resources. Fantastic. Look who remembered to do that. Brilliant. Great. What is this glitching out at? Think I might have to just save and reload that because it appears to be thinking that I have a I need to choose a religion when I did just choose a religion. A little bit odd. What are we thinking in chat? Science is overrated. Caveman forever. Anything that adds stability, lol, a good move. Water is what the glorious leader would pick of our great nuclear nation. Remembered how good Holy Site in Thebes. Absolutely needed. I never knew you could do that. Did you do a guide? No, I didn't. And it's always something that I forget. The main reason why I haven't done a video of it is because it doesn't really give any benefit. But I will do a video on it when there's a bit more to religion. Like at the moment, it literally adds nothing to religion. So it is purely a cosmetic thing. But if I was doing a video on religion, I would include it in it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really warrant a video of its own. I would be dragged over the coals if I made a video of its own. I guess I could make it a shorts one, maybe. More harbors equals more population equals more fun. Wonders have all been claimed. Big yikes. Do I have that glorious star? Are we ready to take the Celts? Yes, we are! Oh, but now it's like, do I wait more turns for the aesthete star? Oh, it's only 3 turns. Oh, the Celts are gone. Okay, well, looks like we're waiting for our aesthete star. And we're gonna have to go with our backup plan. So let me end that poll. Rip in peace to our dream Celt play. It's a shame. It's a shame. But I think that the fame was worthwhile. The fame was worthwhile. And now we know exactly who we're going to get stuck with. So we didn't lose Carthage, which is nice. Who are my other options? Aksumites? Carthage? Yeah, actually, the minus buyout cost. Super useful. Whoever pointed that out. This is how Carthage can win. Alright, we'll have to do a new poll, I'm afraid. I can trade with purple. Oh, thank you for pointing that out, Jamie. Great call. Let's go with our new poll. Carthaginians. My goodness, there are too many I's and N's for this hour. Egyptians, right? We could go with the transcend. I think that's a bad move. But I will add it as an option because they're probably one of the strongest ones. Or we go for I think the Aksumites for the extra money, right? They're a reasonable pick. Also the Faith. So let your votes be heard. We will just cast a reballot, because we unfortunately lost the Celts. It does give me a little bit of extra time to grab these extra resources though, and I'm going to do just that. Let me just help Benfis with its industrial growth now that we don't need those quite so much. And we do have an extra holy site to put down, and I think Vision Town is absolutely the place for it. Let's establish it. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, right up there. And actually get, probably get the capital, get Memphis on it too. 2 turns. Yeah, nicely done. Let's salvage that stability. And the Greeks would like to trade luxuries with us. Fantastic. Hello, Moon Howler Wolf, you loyal, cool-headed trusting. You do not fit with the mold of basically every other AI in this game. But we hadn't played in a while, so let's play. And oh my god, you've got a lot of luxuries. Jeepers. Okay, well, let me start hoovering these up. Die. Absolutely brilliant. Gemstone will be a good one for us in future. We'll take the porcelain now. Wonderful. Anything else within my price range? Doesn't look like it. I've spent up large. That's great.
A first trade
That's
link.
great. First
many
trade has been established between our empires and it only took 1/6 of the game. Would you mind giving a small recap up until now? Absolutely, Leander. So we've started as the Egyptians. Our challenge is to try and get the 3 nuclear achievements in this game, which are for having nuclear weapons. 5, 10, and then ultimately 20 nuclear weapons to get us the top MAD achievement. We don't have any cultural restrictions in place. We're happy to choose whoever we can, and we've managed to start on our own little continent, and so far we've established 2 cities, the capital of Memphis and another one up north, and we've just now met our first opponent and started trading with them. And here we are. That is, in a nutshell, where we've got to so far. Rivercox with a $5 super chat attached for some more pyramids. Yeah, woof. Absolutely. Rivercox says, I'm always excited when I manage to catch a stream of yours. Do you have any plans to play other games in future? Absolutely. In fact, tomorrow, Rivercox will be playing Age of Empires 4. Because that comes out at an ungodly hour for me tomorrow morning. I think I might actually set a slightly earlier alarm and go for a slightly earlier stream to try and capture it closer to its release time. And then in terms of other more broader games in future, outside of that release window, things at the top of my list at the moment are Crusader Kings and Civ. Either Civ 5 or Civ 6, I'm not quite sure. But those are the 2 games at the top of my list. But I have a couple of others that I like and haven't been able to play in a long time. Like, for example, Stellaris. I quite like that. So yeah, a couple of interesting games in the future. And tomorrow will be Age of Empires 4 Day. So excited for it. An absolute throwback to my childhood, to be honest, and I'm super excited to play it. We should be attaching some more territories, Ben, you're absolutely right. We're about to get the holy site down up here in Fission Town, which will make Fission Town more stable. I'm wondering if it then wouldn't mind me attaching another territory to it. It'll probably tank its stability back down to where it is the issue. I might attach this to Memphis, which can absolutely support an additional one. And get the pyramid there with the hope of developing the area in future. I suppose, right? Get this sort of adjacency thing going down. Let's do that. I might actually just yeet some population out too, just to hurry that along. Yes, brilliant. Righty-ho. So that's attached. Fission Town also probably does want a 3rd. Let's give it this one. Yeah, that's not terrible. Let's ensure that it's actually making enough food to keep itself alive and build it a glorious pyramid too. Chuck it to the front of its queue. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And we still have 2 unattached, so we could think about a 5th city if we're so inclined. We are, of course, waiting for trade expeditions in and around the edges, so we'll leave it at that. Exactly the same Age of Empires 4. Oh, cool. Love it. Love it. Yeah, we discussed CK3 quite a bit. Yeah, CK3 is one I would really like. It could really grow and flourish in unique ways with a game like CK3. I do agree. You'd 100% watch CK3. That's really good to know, because of course CK3 is quite different, right? In that there's a lot more to it. Like it's a much deeper experience than even a relative to the rest of the industry or gaming perhaps at large. Even with a relatively complex game like Humankind and Civilization, I think that Crusader Kings is really next level in terms of just how much time and how much time and focus it can require. But I also think, man, it is, and I said this yesterday, so apologies for repeating myself for you regulars, but I do think it's such a wonderful opportunity to tell stories. To build these wonderful, weird characters. You know, like it really does say, let's throw convention to the wall and really embrace the era with which we are set. And my goodness, Crusader Kings does a great job at it. CK streams are a pain. Games much more suited to episodes than streams. Interesting. Yeah, I suppose it is. Although in many ways, I would argue maybe having the more time to spend with it, particularly for the VOD afterwards, is perhaps more useful. I don't know. I could see an argument being made either way. Let's ensure that these territories are ready to become their own city. I'm not... No. I'm just not doing that. Yeah, we'll save up and maybe get our third city down. How am I doing in terms of my stars? Looking very good. I may as well go for gold, I guess, in these last 2 golden ones. May as well round out the era, seeing as we're not getting our first pick. And then we can potentially go through with a really fast pick next time. So let's go wham bam, thank you ma'am. Third city down. More pyramids down. Just buy them outright with gold. Let's get the pottery workshop, the animal barns, and the forge completed first and foremost. And then maybe consider a little bit of extra industry to go around there. We will, of course, attach that up next turn as well. And there is our continent established, our expansionist star earned, and maximum pyramids, which is always a good sign. I might yeet some population out of here. 6 is a lot, though. But I'm going to do it nonetheless, just because that will really give the city enough food so that it can survive. It was going to be starving anyway, so may as well help it along a little bit. Brilliant. Hey, how do you like me now? That was a wonderful ending there, actually. Have you thought about doing a historical game on an Earth match? Yes, Leander. That's right at the top of my list for future challenges. Absolutely. Really interesting. CK VODs are most interesting. Yeah, I agree. I haven't watched any of Spiffing Bits CK VODs, but I think that there's some real value in them because they are really meaty experiences where, for those interested and for those willing who have the time, makes it so much more enjoyable when you can join along for a good chunk of the experience, I think. Could just be me, but I think there's some real value in that. What a beautiful start. I am just so chuffed. Okay, 300 gold and 9 populations. Am I well suited to do that? Actually, I kind of am. Yeah, I kind of am. Let's just get a couple of garrisons off this side of the city in case we need them. We do need a little bit of extra stability where we can. Do I want to pump out 7 people for it, though? Probably not, but I do want to pump out a few if I can. I could pump out 7 for some food. I'll allow that. Yeah, that's great. Let's do that. And then we'll do that fountain upgrade. We'll get the garrison upgrade as soon as we can once we move through to the next era. But for the time being, we'll just build a couple of garrisons to keep it above 30. Likewise here, we're falling below 30 as well. Let's get a couple of forward garrisons over on this side, just to protect this harbour.
The entire city is going to turn into an automaton.
And I'll shoot 2 population out to finish that as well. Absolutely brilliant. Do I want some harbours over this side of the island too? Maybe not a terrible idea. Sorry, some garrisons. I'll build a couple of garrisons over there as well. And we absolutely probably need to go celebrating. So let's humanize to grab a little bit of extra stability. Brilliant. Next era, losing science. Yeah. I'm just gonna get this gold star first because 240 fame is much more important than 13 science for 3 turns. How are my populations doing? Actually, they are ages away, aren't they? 36. They're not growing particularly fast. In fact, we're shrinking up here. And we've got no real hope of growing any faster. This one's taking 4 turns. Alrighty, let's roll through. Who did we vote for? I concur. Carthaginians! 60% in favor of the Carthaginians. Let's do it. Kablamo! Taking way too long? Nah, not at all. The extra fame is so good. Not helped by you yeeting your pop in forced labor. It is helped if I keep the same number of workers working on food, actually. In fact, it's actually more helpful because there's more food to go around to feed fewer mouths. So getting rid of population will actually help my cities grow faster, not slower. In those cases. Do I want extra science or extra industry with a chance of unintended consequences? I'm actually not mad at maybe moving a little bit back more towards harmony. So let's go for muster. And we've got all our pyramids down. Basically, I mean, they're not all quite built. Oh, actually, they are all built. Fantastic. All right, let's do it. Welcome to Carthage Town! Welcome. 59% of you, 81 people who voted for the Carthaginians, 23% for the Egyptians, and a measly 17 for the Aksamites. How good. Also, how good, I just got an email. Scott, thank you so much for becoming a Patreon. I never pump the Patreon, but it is there for people who would like to support me in a more direct way that is independent of YouTube. And Scott just became a top tier Patreon. Scott, do you have any limits? You are outstanding. My biggest shout out to you, Scott. My hugest shout out to you. Don't forget your trade. Yeah, we have a bit of cash. I also note that we can grab a wonder. And the AI has left us the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, which is actually a pretty dang good one. Let's take that. That will pay off in future. Where do we want to put it? Vision Town's at 54. Memphis is going up to 59. Realistically, in terms of planning for the future, it probably wants to be in Memphis. But I might just get my Chthons down because look at these absolute whomping districts. Oh my god, he did. 3 of those bad boys. You wouldn't even read about it. Fantastic. It will hurt my stability a bit, I know, so we're probably going to have to go garrisoning afterwards. But no time like the present. Nice little cluster of harbours down there. And also, while we're at it, let's whammo kablamo. Let's do that. Let's do that. I might get these done as a slightly higher priority, and then we'll place down the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus somewhere where the city is unlikely to work. Although, actually, we might want to keep things clustered a little bit closer together. If we need spots for future nuclear testing, it may be that, like, here, for example, could be where we do some. So I might leave that free and maybe just chuck this, like, there on that hill. There on said hill. Brilliant. Okay. Oh, yes, I'm with you, David. Totally. Let's get trade expeditions as a reasonable priority so that we can jump across and claim the new world. It kind of feels like more of an old world at this point, but we will need, shout out to old world, we will need an additional unit. So let's just quickly train a scout rider here to jump across to that island. Right. Brilliant. Okay, so we're ready on 3 front. I just realized the Chthons are so good because of saffron and gems applied to them, so they're a great pick for the start. A great point by Demo, actually, yeah. For my start and for the resources that I had, the Chthon Harbor's actually very useful. I could go for, oh my god, Ben Ownby as well. A shout out to you, Ben, who has also became a new Patreon. Ben, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You must be here listening, I assume. Oh, thank you. I really super appreciate that. It's sort of the my Patreons are my unsung heroes. There aren't many of them, but yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think we definitely pick up this civic. I'm just wondering if I want +1 science from my trade routes, of which I potentially have, will potentially have around 10, or if I want +1 science per researcher on my cities or outposts. I think probably at the moment the trade routes one is better. Although if we focus internally, we can move away from progress and get a bit more stability, whereas this would actually lose me 5 stability. But that's only a garrison. Let's go for the trade route one. I think it gives us more benefit early on. And I might also go +3 influence on my territories and push us towards a bit of extra food. This will hurt the stability of my cities. I know. I know this will hurt them. Let's also trade with our only trade partner. And grab the extra gemstones and so on that will be helping out our harbors, right? These resources are actually quite important. And then we'll just grab, you know, some useful ones for science, some whale poop. Nice, 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 nice. And we are 3 turns away. Enough gold to expand trade with purple. Yeah, baby, we're absolutely going to complete that. Absolutely, we are going to complete that. Was before, just had to update apparently. Oh, right, Ben. Oh, thank you so much nonetheless, Ben. You're, honestly, the generosity is, just blows me away. Jingle Jangle. Fantastic. Sounds like a bit of me. Okay, right. 1 turn away from trade expeditions, and then finally we can reach our tentacles out to the new world. Religious minorities, not a civic I'm so interested in. And there we have it. Trade expeditions, done so. Let's, jump out and do something we've never done before. Swim. Go, go, go. On 3 fronts. And I am very quickly just going to go and grab a drink. I'll be right back, folks. I'll chuck you onto the be right back screen, but I should only be a minute. Don't go away, and I'll come back and read those messages. I see my name popping up a few times in chat. I will be right with you. Horse open sleigh. Alright, we're back. We are back. And Huck, thank you as well. I just got... you are also a Patreon. You're a patron. Sorry, a patron. And that is insane. Thank you so much. Let me put us back onto our proper screen. Microphone is unmuted, yes. Got this weird feeling that I was only talking to myself, which I guess is every day. What is the purple EXE on the territory south of Fission Town? The purple eye. That is, they have expressed, Purple says that they have a special interest in this Sage. So they're like pushing demands for it, or they'd like to get access to it. That Patreon's pretty well hidden. It is very well hidden, Scott. We should do a mass meetup. How about you'll come to Australia? Yeah, well, we'll need to find a middle ground. I'm seeing talk of Kansas and Missouri. So maybe the... would be a shame to plug it every now and then. Yes, I don't know where the middle ground would be. Like India or something? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird one. The AI can place like special grievances on usually it's certain resources, and so those pins will pop up, and it's basically just them being like, we want this! Or, you know, something along those lines. Let's reveal iron. That feels good. And, as I say, get these tendrils out onto the new world, and really just place outposts down, and then we can relocate them later, right? Although I do note that this is only 3 tiles wide. And maybe we can find somewhere slightly better. Although, not mad at it for nuke testing. Not mad at it for nuke testing. Oh my goodness, Elizabeth as well is a Patreon. The Patreon is going crazy. Thank you so much to my new patrons. I appreciate it. Especially, I'm especially grateful for it because of what's happened recently with Van Bradley's channel. I'm not sure if anybody follows Van Bradley. Van Bradley is a Civ, largely a Civ player, content creator, who has a channel, a YouTube channel, roughly the same size as mine, I believe, around 10,000 subscribers, and it was just like banned overnight, and guy tried to appeal it, and the appeals process was just like, nah. I imagine he will get it back, but it'll be a hard fight. It'll be a hard fight to get it back just because of how automated the process is. Even for someone with 10,000 subscribers, which I know isn't the largest number in the world, but it's not like this was a small channel. Like, this was an active channel. And it was just wiped overnight, disappeared, just wiped from the face of the earth. And so, of course, it scares me a little bit too that something like that one day, by freak accident or fault in the algorithm or bot spam or, whatever it might be, something could go wrong and ruin something completely out of my control. So I appreciate the Patreons. Is where I'm going with this very long-winded story. I appreciate you. Ooh, see if you can find a lake. 10-14. Not mad at that. Let's grab that next turn. Really sucks. Yeah, doesn't it just? And that must just be so stressful and heartbreaking. Like, honestly, my heart goes out. Like, it really does. Because the stress, like, oh man. Everything that you've worked on in this one place just wiped. Like, oh, honestly, my heart goes out. Okay, so this turned out to just be an island, but we can see that we do have a neighbor to meet. So let's jump off into the coast, into that part of the coast. Maybe we can get a free boat. And see who we can find. There we go. Hello, Blue. Who are you? It is Mahalo Bay, a careful, trusting, vindictive player. Let's see if we can get a little bit of trade going between our two empires. You've refused it immediately. And you are aggressive toward me.
Say what you wish. I will listen.
Cool! Ben Bradley was a podcaster on and off. Ah, right, I didn't know that. To be honest, not super familiar with their work. I just see them on Twitter from time to time. But yeah, man, don't stress. We would storm YouTube for you. We'll storm their offices. You reckon, Scott? Me and you at the Australian office.
Time to see what happens when foreign cultures get together and decide to murder each other.
Algorithm caught something and his channel was deleted. Yeah, that just sucks. Like, that just sucks. This is a fight I can't win. I just jumped into the ocean to meet you and now you're fighting me. How dare you? I should have put that outpost down, god dang it. How you doing, Memphis? You're doing okay. Let's just keep exploring, I guess, this way. See if this...
How
Oh, it
have
is
the
not a
mighty
new world. It's actually a shared world with our
Your glorious empire
friend,
now has at least
quote
3
unquote.
more glorious ones ahead.
Okay, in that case, there's a little more urgency to be placing some outposts down slightly quicker. We should be okay here, though, to be fair. Yeah, I think we should be fine to just wait that one more turn. Let's grab fortifications, just in case things go south. And smash down a 10-15 along the river. Good to see. Right, we've got iron, so let's figure that up. And actually just buy it outright. Stability is waning, which we can hopefully fix through trade in the future. So, let's do that. Hey, Alex, good to see ya! Couldn't stop myself from playing BPM. Can't fault you there, my friend. Oh, leave me alone! Okay, that's it. It's the Battle of the Boats. And it's gonna go questionably for me. We're just doing circles and shooting each other. I love it. I love it. Okay, I technically survived, which is great. But I really need to get to this land. No. Not like this. Curses. Okay, let's get another unit in Memphis. We can just pop one out over there. Try and get someone a little bit stronger, maybe. Get a swordsman instead. I'll just pump them out this turn. I don't mind spending 300 gold on that.
Sadly for the crew, we're likely to see the first seasickness as well.
Facebook is ruthless too. I can believe that. I can believe that. Oh, the new army. Please, let them have a gun. Fission Town? Who did you get? Oh, it was just a horse. Lame. But I guess not the end of the world. Hey, there's a discovery that I wouldn't mind grabbing. And there's a territory I wouldn't mind grabbing. If we can get a reasonable foothold down here, we can have a third city. Sorry, a fourth city, actually. Which is pretty good. Go for the 15-8 in the absolute open. And grab the last of that. That's given me a reasonable sized empire. We just lost this island to the Mayans, which is infuriating to say the least. But we got this one up north, so I guess that's fine. Let's build these cathons all over the show with influence on our newly established territories. Yes! Absolutely fantastic. We'll also hoover up these luxury and strategic resources while we're at it. Brilliant. There's walls researched, which is also brilliant, but not as brilliant as these harbors. Even these really basic ones are pretty decent. And I'll jump in and grab that discovery. And industrial production, another good civic, but not one that I'm quite ready to take hold of. Not one that I'm quite ready to take hold of. I might just postie up that warrior there. Although I do wonder if there could be something else for us to explore, right? There could be another island. Such a shame that we lost that one. Could be more to the south here too, I guess. Let's jump in the water and have a look. See what we can find. We can't, of course, move through deep ocean, so we would have to find something quite close for it to actually be worthwhile. Let's get philosophy and work on hoovering up the last of these resources. These sources. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, and trade has just been suspended as I was doing it because I took that from them. Well, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. You're not getting it back, but I guess that's fair enough. Oh, and we'll just... maybe I'll move to this position and then just yeet across and hope to find something. It's the old hope and pray trick, and it never fails. There's a nice harbour. And some stability improvements to follow. In fact, maybe we actually get that one done first. And we'll just cruise along here. Grab these discoveries where we can. I wonder how many people can we get on the Patreon. You may need to change the tiers. Most of the rewards are the same as YouTube. I'm guessing Patreon came before YouTube. Yeah, actually, yeah, the Patreon ones are really old and outdated. I will need to adjust those a bit. Can't actually remember what's there. Truth be told, I did read the description but was confused by the title. Did I allude to difficulty in the title? No, just the name of the game. Okay, sweet. Fair enough though. Right, let's grab hydrology. And like I say, this unit gonna just be a little bit of a test dummy. Do I want to sack this, send this warrior to almost certain death? I mean, I guess I could try it for a turn. There's the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus.
Impressive mausoleum.
Woohoo! We did it! We Halicarnassed! And there are no more to go, which is fine. You can probably jump in and grab that. Yeah, of course you can. Go you! And then... oh, you next turn. Great. Oh my goodness, we need the +5 stability on garrison like there's no tomorrow. Let's also maybe go a bit of money from our harbours. Potentially a couple of boats, but they're annoying because they're coastal boats. So I might just build my walls up, get ready to defend, and maybe get a few extra garrisons over there. Tempting to put one there, but that will be a nice adjacency bonus in the future. So I might just get another spawn point, maybe, actually, there's some usefulness in having a spawn point right the way up here. Or somewhere around this northern territory. Just to ensure that I can spawn units from the capital up there if I need to. So yeah, let's do that. And let's also get one by that harbour, so we can use that harbour very easily too. Brilliant. I think it's time that we get our third city online. Fairly soon. I'll just build these harbours and stuff over here. Just make sure that all these are all built up. They are. And then, yeah, we'll probably make this a third city. A nice little cluster. Oh, okay. The Greeks have shut us off, which is so fair. Go, you little brave boy. Well, you found a discovery. That's something. No, you're fair enough, Alex. You're fair enough. Sunk in 150 hours in already. It just came to Game Pass a few days ago, and I do enjoy some loot shooters. I'm having a blast with a friend. Which game are we talking about? Oh, Outriders. I see. Very good. Right. Keep exploring. This is my ocean, and I don't even know what's in it. So, feels good to explore up here. Mounted warfare for some elephants, don't mind if I do, but actually let's put craftsmanship in line first. Muy bien. And +1 combat strength or bountiful. Let's go bountiful. Let's grow up these Bemphis like there's no tomorrow.
Well, there's something to be said for unswerving dedication.
Aqueduct. I want to go that way, but I also want to go that way. I want it all. Let's just check down here just to make sure that my territory does end. It does. Lovely. We seem to be versing 2 barbarian horsemen are trying to take my city. No! Get out of here! Don't you know horses can't climb walls? You idiot. Well, that feels real bad, man. No need to step out of my walls this turn. Guess I could bait them this turn into attacking into that. Because they will now that it's outside the walls, and that will end the battle this round. Oh, they didn't. You fool. Okay, well that was probably the world's easiest defend. Lucky I didn't auto-resolve it though, because the auto-resolve probably would have shafted me. Let's send the swordsman back to Bedfast just to have someone standing by. And yeah, that was fairly easily resolved. Nice! Go Game Pass! Game Pass actually really good. Pretty sure Age of Empires is coming to Game Pass as well, in fact. So, it's just getting some fantastic new releases and all sorts of cool stuff. It's really wicked to see, actually. Also wicked to see is that free swordsman, because there could potentially be some future tensions here. Probably not helped by the fact that this is about to become my next city. Whabam! City number 4, the beautiful city of Carthage. Let's immediately hook it up with everything that makes cities great. Pottery workshop, animal barns, forge, and some walls, I suppose? Sure. Let's do that. Nicely stuff. Nicely stuff! And I guess I go for a quick attach. What do we got? 1733 or 2126. I'll take the 1733. Om nom nom. Brilliant. And I don't think this horseman's going to be able to do much more for us. Can we see a score breakdown? Oh, yes. Carthage soon to be carnage. We are a little bit behind an unmet player in first. Quite a bit, actually. But otherwise, not doing terribly. Fairly middle of the road. Beating everyone around us, too. Fair enough, Alexander. I also have trouble getting up in the mornings when I start doing fun things. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Might just not worry about colonization just yet. We are, of course, doing the thing. Let's get down there and grab that. You can, as I say, just hold here because look, here come some raiders from the sea. Let's get some additional ranged support in the city, i.e. one of our unique units might be a good idea. And maybe also, what have we got coming on this boat? Horses. Okay, so maybe also an anti-cavalry unit in the capital, just to fortify up what we've got going on. It should be fine, because it's got walls, like, I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that incoming threat, but still. Nice to have just, you know, like a couple of units positioned on each of these territories, I guess. Also nice that we could potentially get some military stars if they decide to. Yes, they did decide to. Brilliant. Where did that unit spawn? Ridiculous. Either way, let's manually resolve this. See what these horses can do. Lol. Kind of want to put my swordsman on the high ground. Not sure what to do with the rest of these peasants, to be honest. We'll just end round.
We don't see a way to do that.
Move you. Shame I couldn't quite get my ranged. Oh, look, here they are. Yeah, great spawn, team. Really great. Really great. I know it was my bad, but still. Would have been nice if you could have joined us from the start. Okay. Right, who have we got here? A spearman who would love to be on the front line. And an archer who would also love to be near the front line. Great. Let's get these peasants absolutely out of the way so that I can use the units who really ought to be used, which was actually that one, and that one, and that one. So you can probably just move there for now.
All together. No fear.
Do a bit of dancing. Cool. Alright, everyone's sort of where they should be. And obviously I won't attack with the peasants. I'll just end their round. And we'll just slowly starve off that siege. That's fine. Let's get some defenses in this city as well, just in case. I'm going to defend both of the harbors. I value that more than the adjacency bonus in general. Also really useful for the land spawns. So yeah, let me just build a couple of those there. Get this city playing largely catch-up mode. See you, Alex. Good night, friend. You seem to provide the adjacency bonus in combat. Not bad. Ever since Jumbo bit me in that one stream, my AI has had his number. Oh my god, hasn't it just? Your AI, really has. Sure, you can run around and grab that. And you can just hold the line. Lovely. Got someone holding the line everywhere. Got Carthage slowly growing. Should probably have some defenses, but also not mad at just attaching it immediately and smashing our way through this. How's our religion spreading? Pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Yeah, we should be able to upgrade that pretty soon. Do we want the solar or the lunar calendar? I think we want solar just to keep us at the end of that ideology axis. And then let's get... do we have rivers? Yes, let's get rivers. Let's get walls. Let's get coal. Let's get stability. Let's just work on some infrastructure in our cities, because we do already have our harbors, right? So there's less of a need to be focusing down on stuff too much. And we will stab out at you, and maybe cheekily stab you, and then end the round. And go figure, do exactly the same thing again. Now we can triple team you. Stabbity stabbers, just defending our city. And rightfully so. They're gonna jump in again for another crazy attack 5 million. Which I absolutely love. Move the warrior there. You guys can redeploy later, that's fine. Anyone get that feeling of deja vu? Is it just me or is it you? Brilliant. Oops, that was a peasant, not a... Oh well. Even the peasants are frickin' going at it now. Love it. Absolutely love it. Who's next? I know it's you. I could even just jump out and stab it. Let's do it. I'm gonna sacrifice this unit for the good of the cause. Oh, actually, I kind of regret doing that. Oh well. What's a unit between friends? Oh my god, he survived. Go you! Stab, and then get the kill with the warrior. Brilliant. I don't think we got any military stars, but beggars can't be choosers, and that was a reasonable amount of effort. In that turn, a couple of sea discoveries. Look at this, just littered with my harbors. Brilliant. Sure. Sure. More garrisons. More fun. More! I will have more stability. Okay, heal you up. Brilliant. I think we're trading with everything we can, except for whale poop, but it's blocked. Yeah, and look at that war support surging. Surging due to having ongoing demands. Wonder if I just refuse that.
I am angry, and this does little to appease me.
It was but a trifle.
I'm worried about Carthage. Quite worried about Carthage, actually. There is an island to the south between the two continents. Oh my god, there is! Oh, Marco, look at it! Ooh. Is it the Promised Land? Need more Garethsons? Yeah, you're right. I do need more Garethsons for stability. Where's Gareth to yell at me about stability when I need him? Okay. Our religion will provide us with a free stability boost to one city, though. There's a unit, and it's a freaking boat. Brilliant. Now we can plot out this miserable island, which may be but one tile in size! Say it ain't so! Time to upgrade our religion to tier 2, and we are the first one to get there. Brilliant. +5 science on research quarters, so I could really double down and get some insanely powerful research quarters. Other options include the same for market quarters. +5 stability on garrison may not actually be a terrible shout. Actually, could be quite useful. Yield to none, not useful. Undertake pilgrimages, obviously fantastic. And then observe feasts as well would give us just a ludicrous amount of food where we already have a lot of harbors. But actually, at the moment, my weakest point is my stability, and this is going to give me a reasonable buff to it. So we're going to play with what is perhaps not the greatest long-term play, but a really good short-term play. We're going to protect the weak, and we're going to protect the weak as all good Buddhists do. Let's do it. Hey, Tanvir, good to see ya. I'm hearing lots of calls for Protect the Weak in chat, which makes me feel better about choosing this. Makes me feel much better. Let's protect the weak with our newly upgraded religion. Absolutely brilliant. We can also start to think about choosing an additional culture. Now, the question first really becomes, what do my stars look like? Is it worth me waiting? Should I try and beeline ahead? Builders are done. Merchant, quite a ways off, getting even 1. Technologies, we're going to pick up. And agrarian, we're likely to pick up. So merchant is clearly my big weakness. I need to be investing in money stuff. Which probably means building some market quarters. And I see no reason why this gemstone couldn't have a cluster of 4 around it. Stability is on the up now in all of our cities, which is fantastic. Thanks to our newly buffed garrisons, we're actually doing okay. So thanks, religion. Looks like the city that needs the holy site the most likely is either Fission Town or Akthithithithithon. Although, if we build it in Carthage, we have this great base to pump our religion out into the new world. So let's attach in Carthage and actually build it here instead. I like that a lot. And I'm going to get everyone on it. Or at least everyone to make it 1 turn. Boom. That's really going to help bolster up Carthage. Now let's think about our cultures. We will obviously throw a poll in. 2 more kills for a military star might be doable. Yeah. Give arms works for harbors. Oh, love give arms. Give me those arms. So we've been beaten to the English. Who do I want? Maybe we go with the Khmer. Try and straddle what we've already got. Really complete our industrial base as well. Could be a good pick. I don't think the Teutons are quite right for me. The Ghanaians I'm not mad at. I'm also not mad at the Franks for the influence gain. Byzantines, no. Aztecs, probably not. Man, the picks in this era are pretty few and far between, aren't they? It's really hard to even consider not choosing Khmer, and maybe even just taking them right now. Khmer defo. Hey, Cyclone. Khmer defo. Is it a Khmer defo so defo that I have to do it immediately? Well, no, because one more turn will give me a science star at least. Not sure if I can get gold agrarian. Maybe we do jump quite quickly. And I always say don't sleep on the Franks. Jumped over Norse so easy? Really? Yeah, I think so. Militarist stars are quite challenging for me, is my first consideration. I don't consider the +2 combat strength to be overly useful, but the Norse is quite good. I think they'll make my shortlist. I think the poll is a great idea, Ben, and it's quite going to be quite an interesting one. I'll put the Norsemen in. They're a militarist, as I say, which does deter me quite a lot, but they do have harbours, which are nice and would provide us with some more food. We didn't double down on the harbours through our religion, though, which I think makes the Norse less desirable. Also, it doesn't look like there's a lot of new world for us to be travelling to. I think the Khmer would be very useful and might help us just really finish off our industrial base. The other option, and I do think they're worth considering, our third choice would be the Franks. Now, the Franks are an aesthete, so questionable again for the star game. Although you can argue it was questionable this era too. They do give us some science and some faith and some extra influence. So they kind of would lift us up in our sort of weak spots. Whereas the Khmer, who I do think are probably the pick, especially considering the English are gone, will be industrious so we can use collective minds. I have a few cities that aren't doing a lot at the moment. Sorry, not collective minds. You know what I mean. And I think the beret would be very useful. Also, the gun elephants. Can't go wrong with some gun elephants. But let's pass through another turn anyway. Pick up the research star. Huabamo, there you go. And it was gold too, which is brilliant. And then I would consider moving through quickly now, actually. Because I'm feeling like I'm sort of twiddling my thumbs here a bit. Didn't see that Mercury up there. That's a mood. Oh yes, this island. The island. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful! It's beautiful in every way. We must travel there immediately. Go, go, go! It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Khmer's definitely best. It looks like most people agree. The Khmer is the way to go. And I reckon actually we don't muck around. I think we probably just grab them immediately. Oh. Uh-oh. This looks like it could be quite a tough sell. Wait, so they want... Which outpost do they want? Give these independent people one of your outposts, strengthening the relationship. And when I try and locate them, it just takes them here. I don't know what will happen if I click this button. Oh, they want that. Well... Not so sure about that. It's gonna be hard to take the island with them sitting right on it, though. I'll move closer. That'll bait them off the island, right? Now we go for a cheeky retreat, run away. While we're retreating, I think we can get these units out into the ocean. See if we can take this island. 4 spears, but they can't deploy. Good point. They wouldn't have been able to deploy. Yeah, 2 oil. This is going to be absolute Oilville. There is strategic importance in capturing this island.
Territories. That tiny first settlement is nothing but a distant...
Unfortunately, I can't retreat here again. I misplayed that one something beautiful. Insta-resolve, insta-defeat. Love it. But if I sail my boat around here, with an actual boat, we'll be able to sink them much more readily. So I'll just position the boat there to protect these units. And we'll take the L on the others. Sorry, units. 66% of people believe the Khmer is the way to go. And I think... Now I'm like, do I go for gold? It's a close race. I reckon we move through quickly because the Khmer are worth moving through quickly, right? So let's do it. We're going to move through as the Khmer, turn 103, with that wonderful elephant and this beautiful beret. Let's go, baby.
Wisdom for innovation and brute strength. The Khmer.
Boom. Foregoing the extra fame in exchange to move through into this era quite quickly. And you know what? I'll take Notre Dame while I'm here. A wonderful little faith building for us. As I say about these units, this battle will be much easier now that I have an actual see if you can find a boat. I'll want to reposition these units potentially, so I'll keep them tucked behind the boat. But obviously I'll still utilize them where I can. Jumping up onto land here is going to be great for that archer. Might keep this unit at sea. Just for a little bit of extra firepower. Looks like it's not going to be a big deal. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Absolute boomville. We absolutely extracted our revenge over that bad boy. May as well confirm the kill with the archer. Nicely done. And the island will be ours. Brilliant. Meh, Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame is a little meh. I mean, it has some fun events that are exclusive to it. And it'll provide me with stability and some extra faith. And my religion is currently kind of winning. So, actually, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Either way, let's get these berets down. Because they are brilliant. In fact, we can get 2 of them next to each other and next to the pyramids for the ultimate combination. Brilliant. And I might just spend a bit of money to speed some stuff along. Benfis should be able to build a 3rd one as well. Where do you want it, Benny? Up here. Maybe we do build it here, saving around potentially a super city plan in future. But either way, smash out these bad boys. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Who do you border? You border this territory. Kind of difficult to really achieve much there. But that's a nice little cluster. Fission Town. Maybe not Notre Dame just yet. Let's get what you need first. Boom. And boom. And boom. And I think I'll move those berets up as well. And it looks like we'll want to queue up Notre Dame here if we can. So let's make damn sure we do that. But I'll sack it for the time being. I want to get my berets online first, I think. And then over here, in the beautiful new world that is Carthage. This is going to be Beretville, capital city me. Let's go bam, bam, bam. Buy the fishery. And maybe queue you up a harbour as well. Lovely. Alrighty. Brilliant. And we've unlocked land rights. Which could give me extra food. I might just wait. Angkor, what? Now that's for Notre Dame, sure. Yeah, if I could get the Angkor what, I would be away laughing, wouldn't I? The Greeks have decided to stay as the Greeks. Questionable.
I would not put myself
would you like to trade with me now that the dust is settled?
Let us
Yes.
formalize
Fantastic.
our mutual
Let us
appreciation.
formalize this arrangement and get some trade
And
going.
we should celebrate the agreement. This is cause for
Wonderful stuff.
celebration.
I'll take your obsidian first and foremost. And then I'll come back to you. Right, let's claim this stupid island. Down as south as we can, I suppose. What a territory. What a time to be alive. Really is the glory days of the Empire, isn't it? Really is the glory days. Oh, dear. Imperial power for the Commons quarters, which may come in useful if we need to fight a bit more stability. Notre Dame! There is some irony in this Kiwi treatment of a poor island people by an empire for their resources. Yeah, I mean, the irony's not lost on the world. The Huns have reached the medieval era, and our condescending friend would like to trade us some whale poop. Thank you kindly. I'll also take your extra gemstones when I can, because they are really beneficial for me. And let's get that army back there, and let's get this boat sailing around the world. Hopefully not hanging out in shallow ocean tiles for too long. Thank you kindly. Okay. I kind of like what we're putting down here. I can get behind this. This seems reasonable. Would you like some better treaty? Question mark. Maybe we share maps? Aww, why you do this to me?
To placate me.
Curse you.
Try harder.
Duly noted. So tell me, how are you?
Whether or not the world goes hungry, with 30 farmers' quarters...
Do I want to attach this up to Carthage already? Maybe not just yet. But I will get some... I will get some places for us to defend, right? I think that's quite important that we have some defensive districts in and around Carthage. So I'll just queue up three lookouts for us. And that should also sort of, by extension, sort its stability woes as well. And leave us in a fairly good position, I think. A fairly good position in Carthage.
The only thing more impressive than that are the citizens' waistline.
What keeps me from attaching the Northwest Island? No, nothing really. Nothing really. Initially it was stability, but the stability is no longer an issue. So I'm definitely eyeing up attaching it to... Probably not to Fission Town. Probably to this city. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can do that now. That's fine. And then we can get another beret down. I didn't need to do it last era because I could already build the harbour, so there was no urgency in terms of districts anyway to get that built. But now it looks like a pretty good placement, so yeah, let's smash our way into that. That is fantastic. Anyone else not attached? It is just this little island. And you know what, Memphis? It's yours. You worked hard. You deserve it. Should we get a beret on it as well? We probably should, actually. Those are some decent yields. My goodness, those are some decent yields. Oh, that is pretty good. And then I think I'll just get some infrastructures down. Maybe harbors. That is a brilliant harbor on that island, actually. Get that down. Research quarters are something we are low on. So if there are any areas around strategics like that, I would be tempted by it. Although, to be honest, I'm probably more tempted over here. Yeah, I mean, I could get one down next to that iron. That's not great. Could build some around those horses. Maybe in Fission Town, which is already our highest gold producer. Would be a shame to make it our science producer as well. Could consider the New World, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That is great. Let's get some research quarters down there as well. Brilliant. Hey, Octopus. It's bedtime for you. Thanks so much for tuning in, my friend. I appreciate you. Good night, friend. Fanatical, nice. Tolerant, nice. Fanatical, nice. Doesn't do anything to any of these. We could push ourselves to a bit more food on cities with influence. Or we could keep ourselves in liberty. Let's keep ourselves in liberty and dissolve. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Let's go... Do I need a city cap? Yes, actually I do, but I don't really have anywhere to put it for the time being. So let's just go feudalism and foreign outposts for the slightly cheaper trade. I think that's reasonable. We should have our berets mostly online, so I can move into mega industry mode 5 million. In fact, you know what? I reckon I can actually move into it now on the capital. Let's go mega industry for a few turns and really stress that home by building up some industrial quarters where we don't already have them. I think that's a good idea in the capital, just to help really strengthen it. And I'll finish off its infrastructures too. Maybe also we help out its stability game by getting a couple of extra garrisons. Look at them go. Plus 15. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, gonna take one more very quick break, and I will join the 101 of you watching live very shortly. Don't go away, team. I'll be right back. I won't put you on the be right back screen, actually. I'll let you stare at my beautiful bentfus. Oakley dokily! Cold coffee, eh? You know me too well. W. Humankind city spread. Need space for those nuke tests and satellites. Yeah, very good point. Very, very good point. Maybe here. Right? Keep that area free. Maybe also keep sort of this-ish area free as well. So I really need to keep Carthage free, don't I? Actually. Like, really quite desperately need to keep a lot of this free. Otherwise we won't have any space to test. I think he's making a fresh one. Oh my god, he treated himself. Okay. Right, let's position those units there. That is absolutely brilliant. Oh, Ben, my friend! Ben with a $10 super chat! Ben says, what do you in chat think of other city builders like Anno and Tropico? I love economy management games just as much as 4X games. That is a fantastic question, and Ben, I love both of those series. Tropico in particular. I spent a lot of time in, I think, Tropico What are we up to now? We're up to 6. I spent a lot of time in 4 and 5. Absolutely loved the Tropico franchise. Really cool. And I do tend to agree with you. To me, I mean, obviously the genres are quite different, but to me they're one and the same in terms of my energy and enthusiasm toward them. The Anno franchise is one that I haven't really put a lot of time in. It's always piqued my interest a little bit, but never really invested in it. But definitely, yeah, Tropico, such a fun time. And just everything about Tropico is brilliant in its own little way as well, you know, like even down to the soundtrack and so on. Roller Coaster Tycoon! Ah, now we're talking! Yes! Zoo Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon. You name it, I'm all over it. I'm all over it. Absolutely love it. Should we get Notre Dame finished? Probably should. Let's just get everybody working on it. Literally, it'll take us 2 turns, so why the heck not? Now, we have some extra trade to be doing, don't we? Yeah, baby. Oh, actually, didn't we have...
All those of honest intent may have my ear.
gemstones? They are so expensive! 700 gold! Jeez!
So tell me,
Mate!
how are you today?
You're dreaming! The dye is dirt cheap, though. Here's our religious upgrade. Welcome to Tier 3, as we pull ahead slightly of the crowd. Tier 3 tends to suck. Like, I don't even know where to start with Tier 3. +1 land movement speed and cheaper units, not terrible. +20 science per alliance is dreadful. +2 money per trade routes, not bad. You know, we're making, what do we got? Maybe 20, makes us maybe 40 gold per turn. Show no mercy, show no interest. Show not mercy is show no interest. Purge idleness tends to be quite good. +15 industry on main plaza, that's 60 industry. Mandate patronage makes us roughly 60 golds. Potentially we could go buffing our commons quarters as well, for the +2 influence. What will be most useful moving forward down the line? I think I'll go mandate patronage. I do tend to agree with Ben. These ones are all fairly average, but we'll do it. We're trading, so let's embrace the trade. Embrace the madness, for the time being. That is, us trading with everybody. Sure. I'll allow it.
I would not put myself in this position if I feared the
We
consequences.
should be able to afford some of this. Yes, brilliant. +3 money on main plaza. Sage providing us with a whole load of food. Silver, I believe, science. So we might actually just hoover that up first. Yes. Great success. My economy is something actually that I am a little bit worried about. This Notre Dame built. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Who needs the stability now for the next holy site? I'm less worried about religious pressure and more worried about stability. And it looks to me like it's either going to be Carthage or the other. Let's go Carthage, because it is spreading our religion on this new world. And I'll just, like, I don't know, smash it down over there on that river. Great. And we will do just that. Smash it down. Memphis will help us finish it in a turn. Great success. And then this city can maybe get to work on a couple of commons quarters now. Help its stability out. Lovely. 5 stability on garrison as well. A little bit of industry. A little bit of extra trade money. A little bit extra play money. +1 money from ongoing trade. Great. Alright. You do that. Gold maintenance on housing those nukes. I need gold. Too right. Too right. The trade one is susceptible to embargoes. It is true. In Jumbo we trust. Perhaps wrongfully. Buff the commons quarters. I do like those commons quarter buffs. They are pretty good. However, we have a civic to buff them as well that we just haven't used. Industrial production. Colonization, no. Land rights, not mad at it. Slaves?
I hope you don't
Sure.
start
Let's get
altering
slaves.
law enforcement
And maybe
practices
also
just to
army
get your
composition, which I do
production
like
quotas
quite a
filled.
lot. Nah, we'll hold.
If fame could be purchased on the open market with 15 market quarters, you'd be
Ching.
rolling.
Oh no, I need to be saving my money. I need to stop paying for buyouts and start spending my money on proper things. Let's go builder on Carthage. Let's go builder on this city, and let's also go builder on this city. We can just afford to do that, and I think it's worthwhile doing. Get the infrastructures in place too. Right, we're just gonna go mega builder mode and just get all of these cities up to exactly where they ought to be. Is the idea. Keep them stable, keep them full of infrastructures, and just in general doing the good things. Do the good things. Ooh, plus 20, hello. Lovely. Alright, that'll do. Oh, actually. Now that'll do. And fundamental values, fundamentally probably not interested. Although, the minus 50% commons quarter industry cost, actually quite useful. Let's grab that so that we can build quite a few of those to keep on top of our stability for a while. Carthage, as I say, needs to expand out left rather than out right. So I'm going to help it do that and sort of motivate myself to do that by building districts to the left. Nice. Conscript on army composition will make the nukes cheaper. Ah, very good point. And something I'd not considered, actually. Yeah, a great point. They are technically units. We can make them cheaper. Incredible. Get those commons down. Lovely. Political entitlement is quite good. Plus 3 combat strength on my militia. I love that, but I'm just gonna hold off. Hold off. See if we can make some of these a little more extreme. Collectivism, plus 10% industry for nationalized farmers. It's so tempting.
National
Let's do it.
control of vital products
Let's
and
slam
research
ourselves out into that
paradoxically
industrial sector.
provide
It'll
more
hurt our
funding
stability,
and
but we're growing it with commons quarters and we're growing it blinking fast. So probably not the end of the world. Take a look at that bad boy. 25 stability. Woo! Go you! Might move them to the start of the queue just so that we can start on stable footing. Lovely. Maybe get one there too. Brilliant. Foregoing a few adjacency bonuses, but it's for a good cause. Speaking of a good cause... I think we want to divide, as weird as that might be. I think we want to divide. How are we looking in terms of stars? Fairly
Five
low
commons
on a
quarters.
lot of things.
Sampling
We're
all the
producing
cities
basically
and
no
can
science.
easily lead to penury and perhaps
Because I've got
divorce.
everybody on collective minds. Sorry. Land Razor? That is a problem. We're currently producing 0 science. Maybe I need to take Memphis off for a minute. Sure. Start making science, Memphis. Do the science thing. Let's give you a few scientists. Yes. Okay. There we go. Let's do some science again. Who's with me? Hey! And oh my god! We are through to tier 4 already. Plus 50 science on cultural wonder, or donate generously for the 3 holy sites. You got the boat? Osmosis, where you at? Just buzzing around down south? That boat. Go meet Orange to the west, more trade. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Good idea. Absolutely. Just wondering if I want 3 holy sites, or plus 50 science on my wonders. I only have a couple of wonders, but it would be plus 100. I think the 3 holy sites provide probably more value, though, over time. So we're going to go with donate generously for the 3 holy sites. And we've got this boat cruising around doing absolutely nothing. And it's actually ready for a cheeky upgrade. So let's go and do that. Go you! And in fact, if I set that as my spawn, I might just pump out another one. Just so that we have a couple of extra boots on the ground, or ships at the sea, as it were. And then let's get a holy moly site down in the capital, I think. Capital can have one. Absolutely. Boost that stability up, because it is waning just slightly. Come on, capital. There you go, and there's your boat too. Lovely. Grab those sea discoveries.
Ah, the pastoral English.
Oh.
Leave them to their
What a
farms,
zoom.
everything
Okay.
will be fine. And maybe get
What a zoom.
ready.
We probably want study for the extra science. Plus 15 on all
Reaching
cities.
the end
Brilliant.
of an ideology axis isn't extremist.
Hearing words of
Think
an
of it as
osmosis
being
that needs to be
focused,
triggered.
Very goal-oriented.
Triggered like you are, me not triggering this osmosis. I don't see it, though. I think we're okay. Right, where do we want the next holy site to be? One of these bad boys. Maybe Memphis again. Oh no, Carthage is struggling a bit too. Let's give Carthage another one. Nice. Holy site triangle. Go, you buzzing boat. Okay. Hello, Huck. Allow me to introduce myself.
I'm called
My name is Jumbo. Shall we trade?
passionate. Let us
Great success.
formalize our
You
mutual
have
appreciation.
actually not a lot, but my goodness, you've got a lot of dyes. This is going to be wonderful for my industry. I was wondering where all the dyes were. Here they go. Thank you, you nuclear biased person. Great success. Huge big capital city you've got there too. That's kind of scary.
So,
Non-aggression pact with Huck. I will accept that for the time
who
being.
will profit from this?
We don't want to fight just yet. We're not quite ready to pump out nukes. We're not quite ready yet, so we'll just befriend you, my friend. Only plus 40 stability? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. One holy site on the northwest island. Let's see. North, southwest, east. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that. It does border with blue. This city doesn't strictly need it. So in terms of stability spread, it's perhaps not the most useful. But in terms of religious pressure, it's quite good. And I guess at the moment, technically all of our cities are okay. So, yeah, sure, let's build it. I'm just wondering, am I saving this island at all to do any tests on? Like, am I keeping this bare? Maybe. So I'll just put it up there just to be safe. Uh-oh. Are you trapped in foreign lands? Yes, you are. I thought we had a... wonder if Huck will give us open borders.
What can I do for you? Let us.
Ah!
I am angry.
For the sake of $300. Dang it. Okay, well this ship is now stranded in the ocean. Feels bad, man. Sure, help that other city finish its holy site. Boom. Nice job, Vision Town. And let's get you making the money. Oh, yeah. But also maybe making the industry. Oh, yeah. And also maybe making the science. I'll allow it. Bit of food wouldn't go astray. Nice. Alright, there we go. There's a real mixed bag of districts up there for Fission Town. Could take you off Collective Mines. You've kind of got everything built that you need. Let's do that. And maybe just reinforce a little bit of extra industrial power. Noish. Harbors as well. They'll help sort of push the pressure out of that territory. Do I want to build that harbor? Fine. I'll allow it. Okay, and you're going to struggle away out here at the open sea, so we'll get you back to base 2. Just in the nick of time. Brilliant. 3 holy sites is more stability! G'day, my favorite Humankind YouTuber! Am I the only one I know about? Hee. Hey, William, good to see you. Huge capital versus nukes. Asking for trouble, right? Absolutely asking for trouble. Speaking of asking for trouble, what do I want next? We do need to move towards patronage, so we need chivalry unlocked. Also potentially, like, theology, maybe military architecture, war summons for the basic upgrades. We've got quite a few upgrades. I'm thinking we might need to choose a scientist culture next time. I don't have a lot of means to make a lot of great science, and the means that I do have are kind of letting me down. I might also just build up a little standing army of elephants here at the capital, just in case. Doesn't hurt to have some troops. And why not build some fantastic gunner elephants to defend the beautiful homeland? We should now also have enough money to hoover up the rest of this stuff off Huck with great success. Boom, 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 boom. Lovely. Okay, so you're complete. You are nearly complete. Good, good. We still have 2 unmet players. What the heck?
If a little knowledge is a dangerous thing, with 5 research quarters, this city...
And oh my goodness, we could move through into a new era quite quickly. Lol at that lake. Don't you love that lake? Okay, let's see what kind of order we're in. We've made it first. Oh boy. Oh boy. +1 influence per population. No. Venetians, +1 money. Potentially using money to... Of course, we will need money at least to keep our nukes, if not to buy them. But we're not going to be a trading empire forever. Likewise, we have the Dutch, right? +20 money per adjacent harbour. Not terrible. The Haudenosaunee is someone we almost never get to play. Potentially good for our food generation. Joe seems like it would fill a good gap. However, we don't have a good base to move into Joe with. We don't have a lot of tiles at the moment that are producing science. So, Joe, questionably, actually not that great. I almost more lean towards choosing the Muggles again. And then my other option that I would consider would likely be the Venetians over the Dutch, I think. I don't think I need food right now, so I might postpone that. Anyway, let's throw a cheeky little poll in the chat. Do we go with Joe? Joe for collective minds. Yeah, literally just for collective minds. Actually, Joe is probably the pick. The other option, of course, would be to build up our industrial base that little bit more, and then use some collective minds shenanigans down the line. So I think the Muggles are a good pick. I'm going to give you those two options. I also heard a call for the Ottomans. What do they deliver? Heavy weapon and additional combat strength, +1 faith per district. So yeah, good faith generation. +3 faith per influence. I don't think they're a very good fit for us this time, particularly because they are an expansionist. For me, I think it's Joe or the Muggles. We go strong, we build up this base, and then man, when it comes time to actually building these nukes, we could be in a really great place. The English have ended their non-aggression pact with us.
Sir, what do you desire?
So, tell me, shall we become closer?
Why?
No, this will never happen.
This is what...
Interesting. I'm getting my elephants trained, so I will have a little bit of a standing army. Which makes me feel slightly better about what's about to happen. That harbour will give 19 food, so that's really quite good. Even this one at +6 ain't terrible. And then I think we need a standing army here in Carthage as well. Almost actually as quite a significant priority. Very close. Joe would allow me to get patronage super fast. Oh my god, you're right. The patronage rush. Yeah. +5 science on holy sites, so we can get a bit... we can eat a bit of value out of these.
Indeed.
Not terrible.
There
They
is
also
a
become tiles producing
inspiration
science,
and
which is even better for the Joe combo. Brilliant. A nice little pick-me-up there, to be honest. A very nice little pick-me-up. I'll leave those elephants stationed there at the harbour. They're ready to move if they need to move. They're ready to stay if they need to stay. We'll leave this positioned here too. And we'll just quickly check on our star potential. Is it time to move now, or do we wait? We're missing out on a lot of potential fame by moving now. But we also have first dibs on Joe. Chat voted... I'm going to make it a relatively quick vote. Chat voted 61% in favour of choosing Joe. Actually, it just ticked over to 62. Let's grab it while we can. I do agree that the collective minds could be what we need to boost ourselves up to patronage. We also get a nice science district to cover some of our blanks. 61% of people voted for Joe and 38% for the Muggles. Those damn Muggles. Let's go, Joe. And what a fantastic Joe outfit it is. My goodness, I love this. Let's go, Joe, baby.
The Joseon era was certainly famous.
The Joseon era was famous for its ships as well. I would love to get me some of those gunner ships. By the way, I think if you have the elephant army in the city itself, you get stability +5. I believe it's capped at 4 units, and it was actually glitched for quite a while where it wasn't working at all. So I'm not entirely sure whether that's working or not, but I'll send 2 and merge in anyway, just to be safe. And then actually we may as well then maybe move these 2 to merge somewhere else, like one of our other cities that's just has a unit sitting in it for no reason. Let's send them up there. Right, okay, now we've moved through as a new culture, so we have a whole load of new things to build, and here's looking at you, the Serwan, which has adjacency bonuses with research quarters. It also combines well with silver. Okay. Smash it down there, get a research quarter next to it. That's a really nice spot. I don't want to encroach too much into here, so I'm going to try and sort of move around the outside of it, if I can. Try and sort of scare things back this way, so to speak. Try and also connect up these. Brilliant. I might just cancel those harbors. And actually, I'm feeling a bit greedy, so I'm going to cancel those elephants as well. And just work on the necessary districts there in Carthage. Brilliant. There's some saltpeter, which I would love to get a hold of. But for the time being, let's build these Serwans. And my goodness, what great Serwans they're going to Serwan be. Might move you that way. Yes. 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 And then just get a couple of cheeky adjacent ones down near each of the sail wands. Pronunciation absolutely needed. And I'm just going to build one research quarter with each one as I go. I feel like that's quite sensible. I don't think I need to save this space for testing, but I'm going to sort of bunch stuff up the top anyway, just to be safe. Yeah, look at that. +8 science from that golden pagoda. How good! Brilliant. Oh, we can also claim a wonder, and a wonder we shall claim. I feel like it has to be Machu Picchu, right? We do the faith, food. It's capped at 4 units. Yeah, it is capped, but it's working again. That's good. I feel like Machu Picchu is probably the play. All of our other cities will gain 50% food equal to this city. Yeah. Right? Machu Picchu? I mean, Taj Mahal tempting for the gold. Basil's tempting for the Topkapi Palace could be the better long-term play, actually, because so on. Thank you. Because actually, we'll be able to build our nuclear tests and our satellites twice as fast. Actually, this is a really fun play. We go Topkapi Palace and we build it as fast as we can, and then we try and also steal Machu Picchu. This is the play. Trust me, this is the play. Topkapi Palace is understated and underrated, I think, across the board. It's very good. Get those Sawans next to each other. Look at me go. And sure, I guess just one on that river. Oh my goodness, we can get so many of them. Where do I even put them? Not down there. But I actually do think, first and foremost, let's get Topkapi built, likely in the capital, which is totally fine. I guess I'll just nestle it in that corner. Let's get the entire gang working on it. Try and finish it. Okay, 4 turns. Not bad. Not bad. Def go for Topkapi first. Yes! I'm being vindicated! Thank you, Marco! And Hek Jun as well, maybe? Have never found value outside of contemporary with scientific cultures. Really? Interesting. I think... Oh, we also need to be collective mindsing as well, don't we, to get to patronage fast. In fact, it may be worth just clicking patronage now and forgetting... Oh, well, I mean, theology's so close. We'll get theology because it's 1 turn away. What am I researching before it? Or after it? Military architecture can go away. And yeah, and then we go to patronage next. So long as I can at least get Topkapi built, I think I can then go on to collective minds fairly soon in Benfis. Come on, Topkapi. You can do it. There we go. Brilliant. I do love the new army one. I really always love the new army one. Let's do it. Did we get a gun? We didn't, but Plan Topkapi paid off brilliantly. Let's now grab Machu Picchu, which we'll be able to build twice as fast, thanks to Topkapi Palace. And we're going to smash it down, I believe, in the capital, right? If we just want to focus everything on the capital. Although it's not too late. Oh, yeah, it has to be the capital. Nowhere else even has any food. And let's smash it down atop this hillside. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. 5 turns. And that's not even with everybody on it. Thank you, Topkapi Palace. You are my hero. 3 turns for Machu Picchu. And let's send these boats off to properly explore the world. Those were our free units. And I'm not mad at getting those, actually. In 12 turns, you might have Machu Picchu and another wonder. Possibly take Taj Mahal. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, imagine. What a round. What a time to be alive. These elephants need iron to be upgraded. Do we have any? Oh, I actually kind of know.
These Dutch are known as a culture that expands their trade fleets at the same pace as their bank accounts.
I think things...
A non-aggression pact with the Dutch. Ah, hello the Dutch. It is Shadow. Thank you for sending me your persona on Twitter, by the way, Shadow. I believe you tweeted it at me yesterday. How about that for a fast turnaround? Let us trade some luxuries and oh my good god. We might be a little bit late to
Is
patronage.
entirely acceptable.
This is cause for celebration.
Right, you're a merchant
Let's take a
culture, which
moment
makes
to enjoy life.
sense. Jeepers. Whew. So a lot of these are already being traded from other people, so it's not quite as bad as it looks in terms of how many luxuries Shadow has. But it's still kind of bad. We should also be trading strategics as well. Is anybody actually my friend? Like, does anyone actually like me?
Perhaps we have some common ground.
Like, could someone just be my ally? I just want a friend. Who is most likely to be my friend? Blue?
Have a seat. Have a glass. Let's get to know each other.
No one likes me. Sheer Maps is glowing. Maybe they'll take that. No, just won't. Okay. Well, we're not really on allied
Machu Picchu
allied
could be described as an
allied
imperial
territories with anybody.
center for an
There's
empire
Machu
that cares
Picchu,
deeply
absolutely
about
fantastic.
agriculture.
The rest of the wonders have been claimed, but pretty cool that we managed to get 2 in before anybody else could do anything. I like that a lot. Now let's focus in on building up our scientific capacity. Really on all of our capacity, actually. And then maybe we go collective minds. Wondering if I do it now. There must be somewhere that's ready to do it now. Oh, no, not you. Oh, God, not you. Okay, looks like actually not anybody. We're just kind of waiting. Waiting a few turns. Get our Sawans built. And then, we are 1,000 behind you. This centralized power.
Greetings.
We're picking up reasonable science without doubling down, actually. Grab these as the turns flow through. Try and get the ones that are going to be most useful to me. That I haven't already purchased from someone else. Gemstones, saffron.
A mystery.
Sure. I'll take some more pearls. Brilliant. Maybe actually the Dutch would consider trading everything. Yeah, look, we are big trade partners. Brilliant stuff. Let's hoover up all of their strategics. That'll be a big boost to our cities. And fairly cheap trade routes as well, so they should pay off over time. All the horses, and I do actually want iron as a strategic importance, don't I? Gotta do a work thing real quick. All good, Tinker. Nuke your friends. YouTube says 165 likes. Go you! Go you! How brilliant! We're gonna need some more nukes. I actually don't want to do any of these, but I can get away with Protect. So we'll go with Protect. It's a bit of a shame, to be honest.
What shall we discuss?
Right, give me that iron. Give me all that iron. And the copper. I just want everything you own. Yes. Great. That'll lift up our economy, which is fantastic. We shouldn't struggle to get our science stars, but we may go collective mindsing. Oh, hello, patronage. Here we go. So, we've got the Sage Manufactory. Brilliant. We've also got the Mercury Manufactory over here in Carthage. So, Carthage feels vindicated already. Fantastic. And I'll pump out some population to get those online. Benfis, I'm hoping, can do the same. It's got saffron, plus 3 money per market quarter. Okay. We'll pump that out as well. Fantastic. Might get you doing a couple of science districts. Lovely. And any other patronage? Oh yes, look, we can also be Coffee King, which feels very fitting for me. Let's do the same. Spam out some population just to get that done. Vision Town, you got anything going? Oh my god, he does. Gemstone manufactories. Lovely. Cha-ching. Fantastic. And materials procurement. Is it worth me going minus 20% required resource deposit? It's annoying to work that out. You really have to do some stupid maths. I tend to think it's not worthwhile because I probably already have what I'm already gonna have and don't already have what I don't already have, if you vibe me. Hey Gareth, good to see you, friend. You timed this well. I am doing better in terms of stability now that you're here. It's miraculous. Let's get naval artillery. And maybe chartered companies. Oh, actually, we can go right through. What should we go through into? Is there something super powerful I can beeline into in this era? Not really. Oh, we could discover oil. Yeah. Coal. Seems good. Strategic resources as a whole are probably quite good to discover. Mechanization's a great improvement. I could learn to fly. Feels like overkill. Scott, poor sugar. Scott, I love the name change. I hope not, but man, I love the name change. Non-aggression pact with the Poles. Let's take it. And trade to our heart's content.
News like this makes the sun shine a little brighter.
Porcelain, porcelain, porcelain.
Always a pleasure to see you,
Yes. 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 I want it all. Shall we trade everything?
friend. So, tell me.
Ah, why you do this to me, Mahalo? Why you do this to me? Oh my god! Look who's back! If it ain't webcam chat hot girls and boys, they've changed their emojis too. Did anyone else notice that their emojis were larger and more colourful, or was that just me? I'm onto it. I'm faster than Huck. You can't beat me! Dear. Feels bad. I don't need the religious district cost anymore. We've built all of our holy sites already. Let's just go absolutely bountiful on our targets. Brilliant. Check my sage deposit maybe now. Yeah. Actually, maybe there are some extra luxuries. In which city? Ekathon. Oh, nothing extra I can build. Nothing extra yet. Anyway. Wow.
Given 30 research quarters, I'm not sure if this should be called the City of Science or the Den of Geeks.
Harbors seem like a good idea for me. Even relatively crappy ones. Are these boats failing to explore the world? I guess they don't have open borders, so there's not a lot they can do. How frustrating. I will get that standing army in place here now. Maybe just 4 cavalries. Not a bad idea. They can sort of roam around the new world here. Stomp out any future rebellions or anything if we come across them. Brilliant. Get the last of this infrastructure in place. And actually, you know what? Bam. Let's go collective minds on Memphis. This will help us surge ahead in terms of our scientific production. I think we could almost do the same here now, actually. I don't see anything super pressing to be built. We're doing okay for our districts. Maybe a little bit more, some more money makers wouldn't go astray. A shame to waste these industrial tiles, though. Actually, it's not even a waste. Let's do it. Yeah, right. We'll keep you building. We'll keep you making money. We'll keep you making money. My stability just went way up. Good one, Simply Matt. I like it. Okay. Right, brilliant. I would go as far as to say absolutely brilliant. Alchemy has been researched. That's a good upgrade where it has a use case. So like maybe Benfus could warrant
dissemination. Will it be
actually
of
every single
information
scientific upgrade under
or
the sun, as it were.
propaganda?
Go Benfus. We'll turn you off Collective Minds and turn someone else onto it in a sec. Artistic expression, +1 influence on my market quarter or my makers.
If
Let's get it from my
art is to
makers.
speak,
I've got quite a few
show
of
the
those,
truth.
and I
Not
like that a
gag
lot.
and bind it.
I'll play this again after the new patch and watching me play it. Oh yeah, aren't we excited about that new patch? I really think we are. We are chomping at the bit for the new patch. Even just a beta version of it would be alright, Gareth. Oh my goodness! Philip Klein! Megapixel! We are not mucking around! Philip Klein, welcome to the channel. If you'd like to join our currently members-only Discord, please do join us. But by and large, thank you so much. You are not mucking around, friend. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Gareth, starting a new job on Monday. Are we, excited or apprehensive? Either way, I hope it goes well for you, friend.
You have reached the end of an ideology axis. Of all the epithets
And
other
yeah,
empires may
congratulations
use for
are
you,
also
which
in
one
order,
should
as
you
Scott
like?
rightly points out. Yeah, these boats are doing literally nothing. Let me give them a suggestion on where they might like to sail. Up there. You can actually get through friendly territory and start looking around somewhere where there could even be an island unclaimed. We don't know. Press freedom to reduce all future civics
If
costs
different
looks
opinions can't
really
be
good
heard,
to me.
people might end up
Let's
believing
grab it.
Whatever ridiculous things the government says.
I have a proposition.
Non-aggression
I think
pact
you'll like it.
with the
A
Greeks.
proposal.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Why can't we be friends?
Accept.
Right? Why can't we be friends? Some old guy in Hawaii! With a $5 super chat says, Maya demanding I give them Parseus and refuse demands is grayed out. What the F? Bugged? Go nukes! Could be bugged. Yeah, it may warrant a reload. As we know, that system is not perfect. There are things that need to be fixed with the sort of war support, war resolution system. And it sounds to me like it's probably bugged, which sucks. Let's jump this city off Collective Minds so that it can work on some vital infrastructure. And while it is doing that, just checking, does it need more jobs? Not really, but these hamlets are pretty nice to build anyway. We'll leave it. While it's doing that, I reckon we can probably get some other people who are less occupied. Actually, we'd like you to get your infrastructure too, though. You don't have research quarters, so maybe you don't need that one. Or arguably actually any of those other ones. You're making a lot of money, so let's give you money. Money. Buy you a bank. Yeah, okay, we'll actually just keep that one doing its money thing. Which perhaps makes this one the next likely to move. Although you've got money to research too! Fine, do your money! Get your plus 10% science, do your money. We'll collective mind somebody. Maybe Carthage is ready to be collectively minded. Oh, it would like to attach some copper first though. Oh, and I do want to get that. I do want to get this standing army built. Okay, fine. We'll just wait for everybody.
Tell me.
Trade everything with the Poles seems fantastic though.
But nevertheless, we accept.
They've actually got some saltpeter already,
Perfect.
which is a little
Days
worrying.
like this, I'm glad.
A little worrying. Been so engrossed in BG3 that I'm only just about to eat my dinner. Go BG3! BG3! Encyclopedia would make future civics a wee bit cheaper. But maybe we just discover oil. Balls to the walls. Let's go military architecture, 3-masted ship, furnace steel, and combustion engines firstly. Brilliant. Okay, right, so this standing army is starting to come online, which makes me feel slightly better, slightly more comfortable. Got these dudes down here. I see we have a ongoing something with you that is a bit problematic. Let's just pick up your horsies, and your cobber, and your iron, and your saltpeter. Whew, that was an expensive saltpeter. Yeesh. But nonetheless, we'll hoover all that up. More trade, more money. Our economy's looking really good, considering we really only have one city that's dedicated to making money. Here are these boats, which were floundering around doing absolutely nothing. I note that we can now move through our eras, but I might hang around a little bit longer in this one while we're sciencey, while we have potentially collective minds. Try and pick up a few of these extra stars. At least my golden research stars, I think, is a fairly good idea. I think I'll just dismiss that. And remind that later. And trade everything with the Greeks.
And we should celebrate.
Fantastic. More horses to add to my collection of horses.
That this
They're like, why is this guy buying all these horses? For the food. But it's not what it sounds like. It's not what it sounds like. They just give my food, my cities +5 food is all. I'm not eating them. Goodness. Okay, fine. It is what it sounds like. Money on those seems good. And also probably... Collective minds. Do it. Pump me out some extra science. That city is ready. You are nearly ready. Carthage is moments away from being ready, actually. In fact, it is ready. Go you. Do you want plus 10% science first? No. Let's just go collective minds. 2,000 science pumping out of that city as well. The Poles would like open borders, and actually I'll allow that. Let's try and fully buddy up with them. Why can't we be friends? Let's be allies. We are now allies. Brilliant. Great success.
This is pleasing. I am content to join together on this.
Look at what a competing empire has
So,
accomplished.
we are allied with blue, and this has given us vision of the entire map, and we can see that it looks like, well, most of the map, looks like there is but one unclaimed island here off the coast. I kind of want it, but I can't get to it. Oh, we could move through blue, and then around green. Oh, if we could get open borders with purple, we'd be in better standing, really. Let's try. Great. Okay, so we got open borders with the Greeks. We might be able to sneak through and grab that territory. Let's give it a dang good go. Let's sail through there and send an army of 4 cavalry, perhaps, to it as well. Go! See if we can pick up the last island. Why can't we be friends? Oh, but you've got heavy weapons. Hey, Stephen, good to see you. On your commute home from work, you've increased your data plan. Oh, good stuff. I actually had to increase my data plan recently too. Welcome along, Stephen. Hope your day at work was of reasonable quality. Shall we encourage or prohibit? We probably want to encourage the defiant canvas, I'd say. Yeah, let's do it. Researching technologies like there's no tomorrow, and also incurring a few demands and grievances by the looks. Yes. And we've found oil, and look at that. You were absolutely right about this island. 2 oils. Whew! Connect that up fairly quick, smart. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, they got a city established on that island. I really wanted one on that island. It is what it is, I suppose. Actually, speaking of, I've got a lot of influence. It may be worth breaking away something and building a 5th city here instead of merging them. Like, maybe these territories could be a city? Or I guess I rely on this island staying unclaimed. Oh my goodness, there's actually another oil island up there too. Okay. Okay. I'll allow it. What culture should we be considering for the next era? I mean, it's super tempting to go for the French. And if we really want to beeline nukes, the French will be the way for us to go. Alternative plays are potentially the Germans for some industry. The Italians would allow us to be infinitely stable forever. Mexicans, a lot of food, as we know. The Russians, I'm not interested in. Siamese are tempting as well for that huge industrial boost. I think it should really either be the Siamese or the French. I'm hearing French or nothing. Lots of calls for the French. Let's go French or Siamese. And ask, who would you please? It's got to be one of these two, and it's probably quite important that we move into it relatively quickly and forego the potential lost science for it. But I'll take a few more era stars while I'm here. Let's research gunpowder so we actually know where that is. I'm gonna get these infrastructures in the capital. They're all quite useful. Maybe also supplement with some really, really powerful research quarters. Woof. Go nuts, baby. Go absolutely nuts. Shame we didn't send a settler to the New World, although I suppose it's not the end of the world. Actually, we could potentially just use it as a testing ground, too. I should maybe settle it with that in mind, if I get to settle it. Which I may not, but if I do, we'll settle it with that in mind. And Encyclopedia, absolutely brilliant. Sure, carry on doing the Lord's work, aka getting over to this island that I'm going to try and steal from Dark Green. It'd be a great forward base for some nuclear weapons as well, don't you think? Don't you think? Huh? Let's figure out how to fly. Pick up all the technologies we can get our hands on. Share our maps with the Greeks. Absolutely brilliant. And accept that non-aggression pact with the Aztecs. And we shall also offer them to trade. Brilliant. We may as well trade with everybody while we're waiting to blow up the world, right? Because these are benefits that are essentially going uncollected and unharvested if we don't take them. So we might as well take them while we can. Green has had a really bad game. I'm so sorry, Carl. It wasn't your game today, friend. I believe you're probably in last. Yes, indeed. Ooh, yeah, you had a rough old start. Looks like you may have been trapped on this world with no way to get off it. Yikes. There might be an island group north of the Horse Island, too. Yeah, yeah. There are still spots where there could be, right? There could be a group there. There also could be... Oh, no, this has been plotted. There also could have been one there, but they've taken it. That's okay. That's okay. If I could even just get that other one cheeky one, I'd be pretty happy, to be totally honest. Gold, gold, gold. Gold. All the freaking gold in the world. Oh, look at Notre Dame go. That is Notre Dame good.
I think
The Dutch would like open borders. I will allow that. Sure. Let's open up the let's open up our tradey stuff. I will hoover up the last of these resources that I haven't already bought from someone else. For those wondering, they're playing as a merchant culture, the Dutch, so they can trade on resources that they're buying from other players. They can act as a bridge for resource trading, essentially. But if you're already buying them off said other player, like for example, the Dutch is buying this off the Greeks, and I could then buy it off the Dutch, but I'm probably already buying it off the Greeks, and I can't buy it twice. So that's what's going on there, for anybody curious. I likely, in fact, I almost certainly already have access to those resources. I'm just trading with them through their primary owner rather than through someone who's already trading. Maybe India in the contemporary era. Not mad at it. Not mad at it, but also I feel like it might not be the best pick. Oh no. Where are you going? The Hunnic horde approaches this island. Shoot, I should have probably sunk them. No! Oh, if they beat me to this by 1, I'll be pretty sad. Say it ain't so. The Aztecs would like to trade everything, and what an absolute garbage trader they are. We could probably just take that by force, actually. Carthage is still collective minesing its way to victory. We will allow that. Go you.
I have a proposition.
And the Greeks would like an alliance. We'll take it.
So, tell me.
Shared logistics, don't mind if I do. These guys have stepped back into the water. Oh, do we have a non-aggression with them?
Gladdens my heart to see you this day.
Oh, we do.
When I
I'm just gonna break that because I feel like this is such an easy fight for me. I could have potentially got some military stars. And let's be real, we're not actually worried about Carl attacking us. So let's chase down these Hunnic hordes. See if we can find where they ran to. Okay, they actually... Ah, right, so they actually jumped off there. And then they had a boat there. Right. So this is actually still at risk. So I'm just gonna temporarily place it down here, and then I'll relocate it when I can. Shared logistics with the Greeks. Pretty sure we already had that, but that's fine. Horse meat is tasty. Looks like war. Ah, the Gandhi meme. Oh my goodness. Yeah, actually maybe. You're right. Immediately throws down an outpost. Absolutely. And then let's immediately relocate it to probably somewhere up north. So that I could potentially keep this area south free for testing. Although it's not big enough to test, really. So maybe I just go for somewhere where the greatest yield is. Yeah, potentially we could test up there, actually, because we can test in the ocean. Yeah, sure, okay. Let's stay settled down south and move here where we get an additional 2 food and 2 gold. I'll also grab the horses and, of course, the harbor. And you know what? Let's just insta-city it. Do I have all the technologies that I need to get a really good insta-city? Yes, I'm as far ahead as I can be. Okay, great. Let's insta-city that bad boy. Whabam. There's city number 5. Sure. Get a little research hub going on next to it. Why not? Seems like a reasonable place to start. And it's already got so much great infrastructure in place that we can actually just start building good stuff. So let's get some industrial makers' quarters down as well. A hamlet will probably be pretty useful in future on this island. So let's do it. I will leave that free just in case I want to do any tests up there. So I'll place a somewhat lackluster hamlet maybe down there. Cool. Alright, brilliant. We'll also, of course, need our areas that are of strategic importance, like aerodromes and the such. So let's also make sure that we save some space for those. Fell asleep at your desk? Oh, huck! I'm just so goddamn boring! No, I'm joking. Shared maps with the Dutch. Sure, let's have a look at this world.
Well, well. Another empire has certainly left a mark on the world with this cultural wonder.
Okay. Okay. An interesting layout. A very interesting layout. And then I guess I just leave these units here now. They've traveled a long way to get here. Let's station them here. And let's also maybe station our 2 ships here as well, just in case. Although there's stuff to discover. Go and discover it. We don't need to keep 2 boats there just in case. That's ridiculous. Here's our science star. Brilliant. Hey, and here's artistic ownership. This incredibly powerful civic that unlocks +1 influence on research quarters or +1 influence on our commons quarters. And we actually have a few of those already. And I like the idea of staying strong liberty. So let's go independent art. Will I ever build that though? You have to wonder, will I ever actually build that? What I want to try and do is get myself out to the extreme ends of every axis. So this here would push me towards worldview, which is the one that I want to be towards, isn't it? Yeah, okay. What else can I do to tweak here? I could go for the food from attach. Let's do that. And then we just need to get the worldly one all the way out to the right. And we are extreme on all ends. So if we apply harmonious, we can nearly get there. Materials procurement would do it
To the victor
as well,
go the
right?
spoils. Maybe rude and blunt, but it certainly has the value.
Oh shoot, no, shoot. I've yeeted myself the wrong way. I guess we could move toward homeland for the extra combat strength. Feels kind of bad. Let's just revisit that in a bit. Interweb shut off. Oh my goodness. Not worth 3,800 influence. Calculating number of quarters and remaining turns. Yeah, I guess if my number of quarters are remaining the same, it's a good calculation. Good point. It's a good point. Although I'm also, you know, I'm interested in changing my social ideologies as well. So there are other factors at play. Let's go for the reinforcement. The reinforcement is usually good. What did we get? We got 3 boats. Go off and do your thing, you dumb boats.
We may have
And the Dutch would like an alliance.
If I do business with
Sure, I'll allow it.
accept this.
I have a proposition for you.
Maybe.
I'll counter the non-aggression pact back at the Aztecs, because we're kind of using Carl as a bit of our... I mean, I wouldn't say a punching bag, but, we're punching Carl. Put it that way. You should go auto-explore as well, really. We need to start beelining toward our nuclear technologies. Let's just research the whole tech tree. Check in on my stars. Is it time? Is it time for me to move? Shoot, we are quite far behind. Around 5,000 influence and gold away from our next stars. Gonna get those fairly quickly. Maybe we move through and forego those stars to try and move through into the later game districts.
We
Not
may have
mad
some-
at it,
Do you
but
agree?
also I feel like we could do slightly
Good idea.
better.
From a good friend.
Let me hear it.
Nukes are all that matter. That is true. Let's move through. Let's move through. You voted 56% in favor of the French. Wow, that was a close vote. But the French won it out. So let's do France. I'll just check that I'm not stupidly leaving, like, with a turn to spare. 2,000 gold. Right? Yes, I'm kind of stupidly leaving with a turn to spare. Let me get the gold one and then we'll go. You, my friend, do need a bit more industry, really, if you want to be useful. So I might get you to just plump out a few more industrial districts. Maybe you slowly get working on that infrastructure too. Shared logistics with the Dutch, who we are bound to. I'll allow it for now. And a customs union with the Pole sounds... With the Pole? With the Poles. Sounds good to me. I'll take your saltpeter while I'm here too. Oil Island remains unclaimed. I guess we bounce up there for a show of good measure. Let's do it. We've actually got these boats here ready to beeline across too. Ah, no, we don't have open borders with green. Ugh. Ooh, that is ugly. That is real ugly.
This proposition.
And the Customs Union, don't mind if I do. International trading is wonderful because you can trade while you're at war. But we don't really want that. Looks like you're pissed off. You got that right. Instant research institution. Absolutely. Do I have that star? Yep, okay, let's move through. We are grabbing the French like there's no tomorrow. Om nom nom. Yum. And a wonder can be claimed, which is nice. The Dutch took Big Bon, but we can get the Statue of Liberty for 10 science per number of territories under my influence. Or the always good Eiffel Tower. What does my influence looks like? Looks pretty damn influential, actually. I think like plus 300 science. But Eiffel Tower will provide us with industry that scales, so I think we go for... we can also get money from the Statue of Liberty, though. It's a close call, isn't it? It's a close call. At the moment, just the MAD achievements, but I could have a look through and see the rest. Let's go for Eiffel Tower, I believe. But it's a close one. I do believe it to be a close one. And then in terms of stability, we should be fine, basically, across the board. So let's get to work on placing our new districts and the Eiffel Tower. But unfortunately, I'm sorry to leave you hanging, but that will have to wait until next time. I've got to run, team. I'm so sorry, I've got to run. Absolutely, we will finish this. It may not be tomorrow because I'll probably stream some Age of Empires. But we will call this the MAD Achievement Run. And we're playing through as the French. So we're in the... but it's basically the crunch time for the run. We'll probably finish it over the weekend, I would say. Yeah. Or tomorrow. I could play Age of Empires and Humankind. I don't mind so much. But unfortunately, I am absolutely dead out of time. Like, I pushed it right to the limit. I do need to get Oil Island as well. Yeah. So, I'll save that there. I'll say a very huge thank you to some old guy in Hawaii, to Ben Ownby, to River Cox, to Birdland, to Johnny, to Devilish, and a massive, actually extra special thanks to Ben Ownby for that whomper of a super chat at the start of the stream. And could I also give a huge shout out to Elizabeth, Huck, Ben, and Scott, who joined my Patreon today. I don't think my Patreon's seen so much love in its entire life. Thanks also to everybody who tuned in during the stream. I appreciate you, Jonas and Marco as well. You were here the whole time. Gareth and Huck, of course. Ben, Tinker, the OGs, the die-hard crew. Simply as well, I've seen you around quite a bit. Peter and Alex as well. Infinity, shout out to you, friend. And everybody else, Stephen, Johnny, Beatrice, who's joined me live. I super appreciate it. I've got to run. Do join me tomorrow for the release of Age of Empires. Very excited to play some Age of Empires 4. And of course, continue this whomper of a stream. I was come and go with some cooking. Totally fair. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow and over the weekend. I'll probably stream every day over the next few days. What are we now? 3 days in a row? 2 days in a row so far. Probably going to shoot for 4 or 5. So I will see you then. Enjoy, everybody. Take care and bye-bye.